What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. And have you ever wondered, are you having trouble struggling with the opening of a any particular game type, or maybe the first base of the opening on the defending? What most people I've heard in my friends list, they really do not like to defend these first two bases, and they have struggle. They struggle to do this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you a little quick tactic or area that will post up in that will net you a lot of kills and do a great deal of work to going ahead and reaching your goal of defending these first two bases without them took instantly. Regardless, I kind of like letting these two bases get took instantly because the Metro is a lot funner area to play in. But here's the tips regardless. I am using a M416 silenced with the ACOG, and I have a foregrip. The reason I do not use the heavy barrel attachment is because the heavy barrel attachment does increase the bullet damage of the weapon, but it also increases the recoil a substantial bit. So, me personally, I don't find the trade-off of recoil worth it. Putting one extra bullet into a guy is not that hard. You can see right here, even with a suppressor, it kills ridiculously fast. But you see me run right up the middle and use these barriers as cover, and usually there's one or two guys running right up the middle, so always be prepared to duck if you see somebody. I come down here and instantly duck again. That's main reason because you see I lost my bearings. But that straight up the middle to that spot is a great place, because you can basically essentially kill anybody to your left that run up to the rocks, because that's a favorite spot. You can see right here, look at all these people on these rocks. Kind of got caught off guard, but doesn't matter. I picked up 4 quick kills, and I pretty much took out 4 tickets right away. And here's the best part about that spot. It's really easy to get to. Watch. I'm going to spawn in on a guy on A, and I'm going to show you, go back and control the spot again. Notice I unlocked my infrared, making sure nobody's there. I see A is armed, so I'm looking for the culprit that armed A, and there he is. Making sure I could take out him first, and we lost A. But you live and you learn. They have 2 flags to take from you, so now that they have to funnel towards B, and that's going to cause a hellstorm of emotion. Well, that's the wrong way. It's going to cause a hellstorm, and the hellstorm is going to be riddled with my bullets. So I get back to my position, and I notice I come prone here. I'm using the bushes kind of as a backdrop to hide myself. At the same time, I'm going to have a good position to kill people. Make sure you take advantage of the prone feature. Prone is a great feature. And remember that you can reload and move on the run. You combine these 2 features, you make yourself a really hard target to hit. As you see right here, I come back up. Oh, and look there, like a kid in a candy store. Let's go ahead and rock some of these guys' faces. Notice his name was Stop Camping. But can't stop camping when I'm getting all these kills, pimps. Picking them up. Oh, they're just funneling in on me. I'm making sure that I'm always moving while I'm reloading. Don't try not to stand still at all. There we go, boom. Going prone and reloading is not a good idea either. I really like the ACOG scope on the assault rifles. As you unlock it, usually it's the first attachment that you unlock, and it's one of the best attachments on the assault rifle that I've noticed so far. And I've got like 14 of the attachments done on the M416. It's still one of my go-tos. But you notice right here, just control that area, and eventually you can push up like I was doing at the very beginning of the video. And pushing up is also another very successful tactic that you can use. And let me go ahead and link you to some footage of me pushing up to show you where to sit at when you're pushing up. All right, here's some footage of me kicking up, and I kind of swooped back around them. This is showing the power of the silencer off. You see right here, I get a 3-piece right here, and that really goes a long way of showing the power of the suppressed weapon. So let's go ahead and see. This is the rock you want to be at. As you see right here, people walk right by you, and you can easily pick them off. As you see Knight Bishop there. And the fact that I'm using a suppressed weapon, I'm using a suppressor with a holographic right here. Another one of my favorite probably one of my favorite red dot attachments. And you see me just control this area, because they're going to spawn behind this line, as you're going to see right here. Fresh guy here, guy there, and another guy over there. Boom, 3-piece and a fucking biscuit. Where's my change at? But that pretty much gives you the gist of the Battlefield 3, how the opening works. Try to work those 2 middle rocks with a suppressor, and you'll do just fine. You'll pick up 30, 50... What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back and I'm bringing you a gameplay here on WMD. I'm sorry. And you notice it is a Black Ops game. This is one of the few Black Ops games I've played recently. I have not played Black Ops since the 15th. I tried to jump on today, and I didn't have too much time to actually get a good gameplay, so I had to use Ghost. I'm using Ghost, Harden, and Hacker on my PS3 account, and I'm playing a mercenary TDM game with the Commando Red Dot. So, what's some things about me? I have started back on my diet again. The day is the day one yet again. I have no idea what I weigh at this point. Basically, when I got into a relationship, we started eating out a lot, and things went out the window quickly, and I kind of reverted back. I didn't go all the way back to my original weight, but I have put on at least 10 to 15 pounds, but I'm still in the condition where I feel pretty good. Back in 3 or 4 months ago when I first started my diet, I ended up losing somewhere upwards of 60 pounds. I ended up getting down to 360 from 425. If I had to guess, I'm about 385 again. But that's just pretty much speculation and everything else. And my goal is to get down to about 280, to be perfectly honest, because one, I do like eating, and two, I understand that when I'm doing this, it's a lifestyle change, to be honest with you. But I would like to get to the weight quickly somewhat, because I want to extend the years of my life, but I don't want to overextend myself like I have. Like, overeating is a chronic problem I've always had in my life, and a lot of it comes with stress. And the more stress I feel, the more urge I want to go back to comfort foods like Coca-Cola or Reese's Pieces and things like that. Just foods that make me feel good, and it's like quick shots of happiness every time I take a mouthful. But all along in those lines, it's something else. Like right now, I'm fucking starving, and we're about to go to the grocery store, but one of the benefits I have now, since I have a girlfriend living with me, is she knows how to cook, and we bought a low carb cookbook, and we're hopefully going to try to do that. One of the questions I have for you guys is, what is the right way to eat? Do you eat every time you're hungry? Just eat something that has like really low carbs and calories? What is the best way to do it? Like, how do you judge hunger? Like, I know right now I eat breakfast, which consists of eggs with cheese and hot sauce and like an apple cut up. I ate breakfast, and I had a glass of orange juice, so altogether I took in 48 carbs. So I'm limiting myself to 52 carbs for the rest of the day. So we're having like lemon ginger pork chops with like some chipotle cheese batter, chipotle potato cheese soup, which is 10 carbs a serving, and the pork chops are 3 carbs per pork chop. So, with all that being said, the dinner is planned out. So I'm gonna probably intake another 30 to 40 at dinner, and that'll leave me 12 carbs to play with for snacking and throughout the day, because it's 3:47 by the time I'm doing this commentary. How do you ignore hunger? Do you appease it? Like, how do you do it? What is the proper way to do things here? As you see, I'm struggling really bad with Call of Duty, mainly because like I play on 3 sensitivity on PlayStation 3, and it feels like a 10 sensitivity because I've been playing so much Battlefield lately. And if you play Battlefield, or you're on the PS3 and you play a lot, I do have 14 friend slots open, but you probably won't be able to get to them because people are kind of like sent their friend requests randomly. So if you want to be on my friends list and you have a valid reason, send me a message on the PSN. I do add people, and I will be buying this game. I will be buying Modern Warfare 3 at least for both consoles. Other than that, how do you think the actual color of this video looks? Does it look a lot better than normal? Like, I've been watching a lot of my videos lately and back cataloging them, and I noticed they all had this gray hue over them, and I'm like, man, this shit's depressing. So I've been trying to get rid of that gray hue on my videos to try to make it a more enjoyable viewing experience, so more people will actually watch the video instead of, well, I just showed up for the commentary. Because, I don't mind people just showing up for the commentary, but I do put a lot of effort into getting gameplay videos, and I know this one isn't especially stellar or out of this world, but like I said, I deleted most of my backlog of Black Ops videos, and I felt like jumping on and playing some Black Ops, because as fun as the Battlefield 3 beta is, there's still a lot of things wrong with it in terms of enjoyment. For example, like falling through the map while you're trying to shoot somebody, or getting shot under the map by the guys that are guarding the A bomb in the outside area. Things like this. You understand it's a beta and it doesn't really matter. But at the end of the day, it does take away from the enjoyment factor because he ran out of ammo. And so I decided, like, man, let's just play some Call of Duty, because I do have Call of Duty people that strictly don't play Battlefield, and I figured you play some Call of Duty and put it up for them. Because at the end of the day, my channel is still based on Call of Duty. I'm actually had an urge recently to play Battlefield Bad Company 2, and dude, if you play Battlefield Bad Company 2 on the PS3, because I've been playing on the PS3 for a bit, here in a bit, because I find the controller easier to adjust to after playing like Battlefield. So if you find that, let me know. Hit me up. Oh crap! You see stuff like that right there, where I see I'm losing. Oh, that sucks. Oh man, I got a bad connection in this game. I didn't realize that playing. I'm going into the chopper gunner here, so let's go ahead and cut the bad boy out. If you notice, the chopper gunner didn't really go far. I think I got 2 kills with it because the game was so laggy, and they had like a lot of people using the Strela missile. So it is what it is. Do you guys have any questions, any requests for gameplays, anything like that? Oh, and I'm also wondering, is there like a PS3 trophies website? Like, I really enjoy playing the PS3 and the Xbox, but I don't know. It's just I'm so much more home on the PS3 controller. I'm thinking about just switching over to PS3 for the single player games. Especially, I'm kind of excited for Uncharted 3 coming out, because Uncharted 2 is one of those games I really enjoy playing. And even though I didn't really I made 2 videos about it. I really enjoyed playing Uncharted 2, much more than like a Gears of War campaign, mainly because Drake has more personality and panache than a Gears of War campaign, especially with all the climbing and shit you got to do. It's just like a big old puzzle, whereas Gears of War feels more like a Halo Reach firefight mode. I don't know. There's just certain games that I've had fun with, and there's something else that kind of messed me up. I'm all over the board right now. I understand that. Another thing that messed me up recently was I was playing Ranger mode on Metro 2033, and it didn't give me the Ranger mode achievement at the end of the game. I don't understand why. Like, I beat the game in Ranger hardcore mode, and it doesn't give me the achievement. Is anybody else ran into that problem? But the game is pretty much winding down. As you can see right here, I got like 4 kills left, and I really like the last kill that I put out on this game. You'll see it coming up, because I actually move into the C3 building on WMD here in a second. Yep. I'm feeling for the guy with Harden. I find that after I haven't played Battlefield Call of Duty in a while, Harden's the perk I want to go to, because my aim is not as consistent, because I'm used to playing a more slower. Watch this. Get him, jump through the window, and watch my buddy here. I see this guy right here. He goes down like, well, he's right there. Boop, 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 boop. And I get him through the wall. I love kills like that, don't you guys? Well, by the way, I'm also started my Facebook back up, and I am going to be using it now much more than Twitter. So if you want to maybe like my Facebook for me to help me grow it, I'd be much appreciated. And you can stay updates on my diet and pictures and stuff I find funny will be happening on Facebook. So check me out, Pimps, in the link below. A lot of people want to talk about KD whoring and Battlefield and such like that, and I didn't really have anything to put over this, but I really wanted to talk about it, and I knew if I put it off, I'd probably never remember to talk about it again. So I'm going to talk about it on the spur of the moment. So this is a low effort video for the win. Yeah, I love that shit sound, huh? Last couple videos I posted didn't have commentary whatsoever on them, and that's because they're little quick videos to the point, either showing off like a good opening attack or showing off something I've been finding a lot of success with. And a lot of this comes to boil out that, commentators play bad players. Well, universally, anybody that goes big, be it a 90 in 10 game, you're versus bad players. I don't care who you are, where you are. I don't know how many players out there drop a 90 spot on MLG settings with, versus Stainville and them. It doesn't happen. You know why it doesn't happen? Because they're good players. So generally, games that are more normally accepted in the YouTube variety have to be against players that, a little more issues. And that's the reason behind that. It's not that, like me or T-Mart or Woody play bad players on the norm. It's just that we put up the games that we do well in, and the games that we do extremely well in generally have bad players. And that's the whole noise with that. It's not that we play all day until we run into bad players. Bad players are pretty much take up 60 to 70% of the gaming community. And it's not that they want to be bad players. They don't have the time to put into it. They have other things in life they got to do. They can't put as much time or commitment into it as, say, a other person. And, they're a core of our fan base, but at the same time, most of the people that watch videos on YouTube are the people that are a little bit more diehard and want to become a little bit better. That want to own their friends at Modern Warfare 2 or Battlefield 3. That want to have, the strategies or, tips they might not have thought up themselves, or, or maybe they would have thought up themselves, but, they just didn't put their thought process in that area or field yet. And just showing little quirky things. And I'm pretty much convinced that there's nothing that will stop camping. You know why nothing will stop camping? Because here is the pretty much solid base of what a camper is. When you first buy a first-person shooter, it is hard to move. You don't understand how to move. You don't understand traffic. You're struggling to grasp the game. You're struggling to grasp flow patterns in the map. You don't even know what a flow pattern is. All you know is you have a gun. You don't know how to aim really well. You struggle hitting people. And generally in a 1v1 confrontation, you lose. Boom. That is all you know. You're not thinking about chopper gunners. You're not thinking about dogs. But if you get 3 kills, you get that UAV. That UAV can let you sneak up on somebody else and get you that 4th kill, wherever it may be. Maybe you can luck out and get a 5th. Kill streaks help it a little. It does promote camping a little bit, or a little bit more defensive style play. But on the long run, it also goes against it, because in the same aspect where he's camping for his UAV, you on the other hand can sneak up on 3 people, get a UAV, and see where he's camping at. But that was the gist of it until Ghost or Assassin took over the Modern Warfare kind of things. But that's all thrown out the window in Battlefield, because there is no kill streaks. There's vehicles and there's kits, and that's it. You have 2 bombs, you got to go plant them, or you got 3 or 4 flags you got to capture. Then why do people camp in these game modes? You don't get rewarded for it. There's no magical fairy. You're not going to come all of a sudden steamroll on the map with an AC-130. They camp because it's the most successful form or way that they can do good in the game. And people camp for different reasons. Like me, I play defensive. A lot of people call it camping because they just are butthurt. I don't know. I play defensive because I like to hold a line. Holding a line is actually a real life strategy. World War I is a good example of holding a line. People would get down in trenches. They would dig it in, and they would put their bolt action rifles out. Anybody come running across the field, i.e. Mr. Rusher, would get dropped down by like 50 volleys of 30 caliber bullets. That's pretty much how it worked. Machine guns came available from higher Maxim. They used the X pattern. All of a sudden, holding the line became very, very vicious, and the guys with the bolt action rifles all of a sudden became to protect the machine guns, and to carry ammo for the machine guns. But that's real life. All Nero say this is a video game. People need to play to have fun. Goes back to the same understanding. The people that are sitting in that corner are playing at the best way they know how to have fun. They will eventually move out of there, or they'll just quit playing. Most of the time. Every now and then, there is that Bigfoot guy that has 50 days played with like a 0.89 KD and doesn't give a fuck. He's stoned off his mind. You can't, but he is a very, very microscopic animal in the moat. He is so diluted, you hardly ever find him. You have people, you'll have 100 people playing, they won't find him. But on the other hand, those people are playing at the best of their ability, because nobody wants to die. Nobody likes dying. You cannot find a person that goes, well, instead of getting that 3-man spray, I'm glad I got shot in the back, because that's a lot more fun. People want to do well. People want to succeed. They want to feel like they've accomplished something, and that's where online multiplayer pretty much comes into the play, where they feel like they've accomplished something. When they get the 3-man spray, they felt like they outplayed somebody somewhere else in the world. And that's good and grand. That's pretty much the heart of video games. People play video games for different reasons. Just because somebody's played for their kill-death ratio does not mean that the person that played with the win ratio is having more fun. All that means is they have two different objectives in mind when they're playing the game. If somebody wants to walk around with RPGs on their and shoot themselves in the foot, I don't agree with it per se, but that's what he is doing. And that leads to the whole argument of are you allowed to do that when you set in a multiplayer setting, which that'll be a whole nother video, because I understand the concept of, I paid my money, I can play it how I want, but if you also pay your money to join like a softball league, but can you like pick your nose and like scratch your balls and look over the center field bleachers while they're playing the game? No, you'll get kicked off of the game. But just reasoning all together. And a lot of people go back to putting the blame as commentators that play a lot for their KD. The reason we do that is because we have to play the game for so long, and you need a barometer, like a little self-title to see or get yourself better. Me, I actually go for both. I want to win the game, and I want to win the game with as high as KD as possible. I don't accept anything less, and you kind of become like a megalomaniac when in that terms. But do I think campers will ever die? No, there's no way you can stop campers. You could set it up so that a camper dies instantly and the person running around the most gets a kill, and people would still camp. They would just figure out how to camp. You know what they would do? They would walk corner to corner until you came across until they seen you come across that street, and then shoot you through the windowsill and just keep walking corner to corner. It'd just be less convenient for them and make people buy the game less, but the campers are always going to be there. The best way to do it is, I've always said it like this: I can beat a camper. It's a hider that I hate, and hiders are in the same ballpark as people that play defensive, or that we get jumbled up against him. A hider is the guy we talked about throughout most of this video, the guy that is new to the game, struggling with his aim, doesn't understand what's really going on. That's why he doesn't play the objective, and he gets that kill on you for sitting in the corner of castle or wherever game you're playing. Guy camping, he generally has a purpose. He knows what he's doing, holding a choke point, and you pretty much have to prepare for him, and you take him out by a simple means, be the explosive grenade launcher, nuke tube, stun, flash. There's 1,000,001 arsenals. I mean, like Battlefield, you could take a fucking tank to him. Tank, RPG. There's numerous ways to do it, or blow the wall up and shoot him. Campers generally only take advantage of people that are unwilling to change up what they're actually doing, i.e. running around with a submachine gun instead of like switching to a rifle to take him out of his perch, or avoiding him altogether and telling your buddy with a rifle to take him out of the perch. Things like that coordinate tactics. That's why I always feel like the Battlefield games hinder themselves or like shoot themselves in the foot, while they have a whole different they have a whole different setup. They have a whole different style of gameplay, but it's more of a tactical shooter. It's called more of a twitch shooter. You kind of shoot yourself in the foot by not being I don't know what I'm saying here, so it's not really that much of a clear thought, so I'm just going to drop it. But that's just my piece on pretty much KD whoring, or people in general, because like right now you'll see people camping in a Battlefield 3 beta, and there is no reason for them to camp in the beta at all. They don't know about the stats. They can't see the stats unless they go online. Half the people are too lazy to even go online. But yet they're still sitting in corners. They're still hiding underground. You sit there getting shot by, like, for example, A-bomb on the first base of Taurus, getting shot by people underground. You know why they're underground? It's not to pad their KD. It's because it's one of the few ways they can get kills and feel good about themselves. And then you got people that troll, and that's a whole different ballpark. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. Check out my Facebook in the link below. If you like these kind of videos, give me a thumbs up, and tell me what you thought. Comment section. Peace. Oh man, what's up, people? Wings of Redemption, and I'm a little tired right here. Only slept like 25 minutes. We recently got a new puppy in the house, and that puppy has been loud all night. And he's kept me up all night. So let's go ahead and tell you the puppy story. We were on our way home yesterday, and we noticed a bunch of cars slowing down. And I'm like, wonder what they're slowing down for. Won't they get the hell out the way? So I get up there, and we finally realized that this golden retriever puppy. Well, it's not a golden retriever. It's a yellow Labrador retriever. And he has a collar on the whole nine. And he's in the middle of the road. He's probably 6 or 7 weeks old. So I stop and I pick him up. Because, one, I figured maybe I'll help find his owner. But when I get the dog actually back home, I realize he's covered in fleas. And his eyes are bloodshot. And he has a knock on his head from like a bump or something. So, well, I spent most of my evening yesterday trying to get the fleas off of this dog. Me and my girlfriend Shelly. We sat there, gave him a bath in Dawn, and then we pretty much went to work on trying to pick his fleas off with tweezers, holding him down. It seemed like the more we worked with him, and he started realizing that what we were doing wasn't hurting him, but actually getting those itchy bugs off him that were sucking his blood out of him. He kind of warmed up to us. But I come to the conclusion that he doesn't like spray bottles, because after that we went to Walmart to buy him a leash and stuff and give him a spray bottle for to just do the flea and tick thing, so he doesn't get comfortable or get more fleas on him when we take him outside to try to potty or something. But he really didn't like that bottle. We lost a little bit of trust with him from actually using the spray bottle. So we've been trying to gain a little bit of trust back with him. He's not really a scared dog, so I don't think he was like super abused, but I feel like he was neglected and just left in the yard on his own thing, because he has no sense of leash training whatsoever. And it's kind of hard to want to give a dog back to an owner like that knowing he's just going to go back in the yard and neglect it, even if they didn't drop him off. Because around here, people have a tendency to drop off stuff they don't want. Look at, I don't know what he's doing right here. He's just lagging. Oh, he just timed out to pick up my puppies right here. I've actually started playing Black Ops again, and I'm playing on the PS3. Actually found some pretty cool people from the Facebook page. If you want to check out my Facebook page, it'll be in the link. You can check it out in the description below, and give me a like if possible. I'm trying to grow my Facebook page. I'm real active in it, and if you ever want to chat or hit me up, it's best to check out my Facebook page. I know fucking Soldier Boy tried to that. The only thing that was fucking English. But we haven't named him yet. What do you think we should name the dog? I'm sure you guys will come up with some creative names. Kind of like the kids, which you get back from Disney today, will probably come up with some super creative names, such as Tree and Blanket. We have that game on the Wii where you got to kind of like create your own animal. And they had a pet alligator and they named him Stumpy. So I'm sure the names that they want to name this dog is somewhere odd and borderline crazy. Shoot, I'm at a point I'm tempted to just name the dog Yellow because he's a yellow lab. I've thought about naming him Patton after George S. Patton. I'm thought about naming him. What else have I thought about naming? Oliver. What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you another TDM gameplay. Here is on Villa. I'm using the AK-47 dual mag. I think I have. I think I'm using Flak Jacket, to be perfectly honest, and not running Ghost this time. Ooh, gotta love starts like that. Those are great starts. Yeah, I'm using Flak Jacket, Sleight of Hand, and a Hacker. So I got a fucking double entendre there. Well, I don't know. I guess I hate explosives kit. But whatever, whatevs. gotta do the double check. That's where you see somebody. It's like, ooh, fucking second chance or whatever. Fuck it. Oh man, let me go ahead and talk about some movies I've seen recently. Straw Dogs. The Straw Dogs, I'm not going to really give a full-on review of it, so there might be spoilers or whatever, so this is not a movie review, it's just me talking about it. I went and seen the movie Straw Dogs, and I should have known as soon as I walked into the movie that it wasn't going to be the greatest movie ever, because when I seen the movie, it was in like the side theater. When we walked up to the theater door, they had like a small fan blowing into it. Get into the theater, it's hot as all hell. The fan, they put the shit in the theater without the air conditioning, and it's like, seriously?
that I was watching the movie. It was pretty intriguing. I at the time I hadn't realized that the movie by itself was, you know, a remake of something. Apparently, Dustin Hoffman starred in a movie called Straw Dogs as well in 1971, and I hadn't seen that one. I've seen it now, but at the time I hadn't seen it, so I took this movie at face value, what it was, and I gotta say, I like the new remake better than the original. Kyle says he likes the original better than the remake. I guess it hits more to home since I come from a southern background, so I understand, you know, the guys at the Four Trucks, the Jesus, the Pray and Play, and all this other stuff, opposed to the British countryside that the original movie kind of portrays. There was just a lot of stupid like setups in the movie though, and like you kind of foreseen a lot of things, such as with the bear trap. Stupid setups, for example, like the coach being a drunk and then wanting to kill the guy without even finding his daughter. That was the biggest deal of all of them. I could understand wanting to kill the retard as much as he did if he had found his daughter, but he hadn't found the body of his daughter because I don't know why they didn't do that. For those who don't know what they're talking about, apparently there's just like retarded kid that's like really strong, and the coach's the ex-head coach's daughter really likes him, but the coach doesn't like him at all because he's retarded. It's like this is like a really like racist southern backwoods kind of movie, and they almost get caught together, and he like puts his hand over her mouth and nose to keep her quiet. He ends up suffocating her to death, and the protagonist, the main characters, actually hit him with their car on the way home, and they take him through their house and call the ambulance, and the guy, pretty much the other guys, get it on the CB. They don't like him anyway, which they pretty much procedurally raped his girlfriend the day before. She hadn't said nothing about it, which is another stupid point of the movie I didn't really want to get across. I'm running out of fucking time on this topic, but let me go ahead and speed it up. But if he had found the girl dead, I could see it more about wanting to shoot the sheriff of the town and then try to get in, kill this guy to get in to kill this retard. And the retard doesn't even become a factor anymore. I understand that, you know, he has to protect himself because at the point that they kill the sheriff, they're going to kill them as being witnesses to killing the sheriff. But these are like people that like 20 minutes ago in the film were talking about Jesus and how good he was, and now they're ready to, you know, kill somebody over, you know, harboring a retard that they don't even know if he's done anything to his daughter or not. It's a stupid concept. Anybody out there actually seen this movie? Tell me what you thought about it in the comic section. I wasn't that impressed. I like the theory. I like the concept of the movie. Not that impressed with it.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and my boy's gonna be a little low today because it's like 2 in the morning. I just woke up and couldn't get back to sleep, so I decided to do a commentary for you guys. Some things. The puppy that we recently got, which I thought was a yellow lab, is actually a mixture of a yellow lab and like beagle, and he's not going to be quite as big as I thought he'd be. I noticed that he had his jewels had already dropped. This is because he got a little red rocket when he got around Zoe the other day, and I also noticed that he has his adult teeth, so he's a little bit older than I thought he was as well. So with all these factors combined, he's going to be a really little dog. We ended up naming him Riley because it's like an asexual name after Riley's Rangers on Fallout 3. So that's something unique and video game related. So it's kind of like a compromise between me and the kids. You know, they liked Riley, and I have a little, you know, secondary thought about what the actual dog's name could be. But he's cute as a button. But right now we're kind of playing a little pussy patrol on him. Since we have a poodle, a miniature poodle that happens to be female, and we have a mutt that happens to be male that knows what his ding dong does. We have to basically pin one of them up or keep one of them in another room to separate them when we can't physically watch them. So this has been big fun. I eventually got to get them both neutered or spaded. So somebody's either going to be missing some nuts It's most likely somebody's going to be missing some nuts here in a minute. Called Riley, and it'll be Riley the No Nut Man. Who knows? I've been kind of digging this red dot extended mag scavenger setup. I don't know. It's just been trying to play more towards my style to get back into a Call of Duty mood after all the Battlefield 3 beta, which I don't know how good that's actually going to do me since, you know, what is that? Fucking Battlefield 3 is right around the corner. And this right here was a painfully laggy game. You notice I am on a 3 bar, but like if you watch the chopper gunner, how long it takes me to kill some people, it's like it was one of those lags. I'm pretty sure the chopper gunner can make you relate to what kind of lag it is, like, or it just always seems this. And it seems for some reason they were shooting RPGs at me. But on the all in all, it's one of those, you know, YouTube game Nuketown chopper gunners. And what can you say about that? Chopper gunner's a chopper gunner. It's a really cool kill streak. It's fun and super rewarding. Gonna have more interesting commentaries coming out today. Just figured I'd do this to try to kill some time and try to see if I can get myself back to sleep. But that doesn't seem to be the case at all. Especially since I have the girl that sleeps with me now. It's like I feel bad when I get out of bed in the middle of the night so much more. But 29-1. Hope you guys have a wonderful evening. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you a commentary based off the Remington 6.8 round. For most of you are aware, there's a game called Modern Warfare 3 coming up, and one of the all-time favorite assault rifles in that game is making its return, and in this return, it's renamed the 6.8. And a lot of you might not be confused or might not handle guns. I know a lot of the foreign countries don't really know a lot about guns because you're not allowed to pretty much touch them. So let me go ahead and give you a quick rundown on what this means. The ACR this time around is made by Remington Arms, and they're using their 6.8 variation of it opposed to the 5.56 NATO round. And what the 6.8 is pretty much a markup of the Grendel 6.5 round. The 6.8 is used there to close the gap between the 5.56 and the 7.51 NATO rounds. For those of you who are maybe unaware or familiar, everybody knows what the 5.56 looks like. It's a smaller round, a lot of velocity, a lot of stopping power. Most guns are equipped with this in Call of Duty. And the other one is the 30 caliber round that you've seen from World War II. Guns like the G3, a lot of the light machine guns like the M240 shoot it. It's a standard workhorse round that's been around since forever, since they've been making self-contained cartridges. And what they wanted to do is they wanted to kind of get the terminal velocity of the 30 caliber round and the ballistics of the other round, so they kind of put it in the middle. They found that the Grendel 6.5 was the best accuracy round that took the best of both worlds, but they wanted more terminal velocity, so they scaled up the 6.5 to go from the 7.1 millimeter, and they came up with the 6.8 millimeter, which is the Remington SPC round. And that is pretty much what the 6.8 stands for. It stands for the Remington. Hold up, buddy. Hold up. It stands for the Remington 6.8 SPC round. And it has more stopping power, but what this will probably do in game, this is all speculation, that it would increase the recoil of the ACR considerably, opposed to the 5.56, because the round itself has a smaller casing but a longer neck and a lot more gunpowder in it. So if you have any other questions about Modern Warfare 3 equipment and guides, be sure to tell me in the description below. And otherwise, it's your boy Wings Redemption, and what's up, guys? It's your boy Wings Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you pretty much something that was requested during my ACR video. It was the Bouncing Betty, aka the German S-Mine. Alrighty, guys. Starting productions in 1935, the Bouncing Betty was first introduced in the Phony Wars. The Phony Wars was a period of World War II which incited a declaration of war with Germany and France, and also England. The French troops first encountered them in the Battle of Saar in 1939 and dubbed them the Silent Soldier.
The Bouncing Betty, like the name indicates, is a type of bounding mine, designed to be buried. The enemy soldier would trigger it by its fuse by pulling a string or stepping on the triggering device, which will set it off. The Betty then launches itself an average of 3 feet in the air and explodes, sending steel balls out in a 360-degree angle, with an effective killing radius of about 33 yards. It was nicknamed by the American troops the Bouncing Betty because of its ability to maim you instead of kill you. A lot of people would lose genitals and limbs to it rather than die, just like a woman always taking a man's manhood away from him. Germany mainly used the Bettys, but the French, English, and Russians all had their own variation of it. And it's said today 27% of the farmland in Africa can't be used because of these German S-mines. They only had a fuse life of 2 to 7 years, so they all should be inactive at this point. You can see German S-mines in pretty much any World War II museum because almost 2 million of them were made. In Modern Warfare 3, however, there's a debate of Claymore versus Bouncing Betty. And here's the differences in Modern Warfare 3, which you'll find by choosing the piece of equipment. The Claymore has the obvious downfalls of it. It has the red lines, it can be triggered and walked away from, it can be, run past through with lightweight or speed boost death streak, or there's Bomb Squad, because they're easily shot. Bouncing Betties, on the other hand, a little more deceivious. They're harder to see with Bomb Squad. They have a larger killing radius. They have a 360-degree killing radius. It's like no-brainer. Why would you pick anything else? Anybody played World of War would pretty much go with the Bouncing Betty. But the difference is, besides the Claymore's obvious flaws we've seen throughout the games, the Bouncing Betty has one as well. And what the Bouncing Betty has is, as soon as it goes off, if the guy goes prone, he will 100% avoid hit detection. So you set the Bouncing Betty off and you drop shot right away, the balls will go over your head, giving it a pretty much advantage, making the Claymore more efficient for buildings. Like, such if you want to guard a stairs, the Claymore will be more efficient because the guy can get by your trap device, going up the stairs, or he'd expect a trap device. And Bouncing Betty is probably better for open field type areas. It's up to you. It's all seeing what kind of people you'll be playing against. And all in all, that's the difference between the Claymore and Bouncing Betty.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back and I'm bringing you a commentary today. And we're going to go ahead and introduce my dual Comm patronee. What's your girl, Shelly?
Hello.
That's her and her little telephone voice. I have a nice gameplay here on Domination with the M16 with a red dot and a silencer, but we're not going to talk about that. What are we going to talk about, Shelly? We're going to talk about Riley Dog. What is your opinion of Riley Dog?
I love him.
You love Riley?
I do.
Why do you like Riley?
Because he's cute, and he's sweet, and he's trained.
So he's everything I'm not.
Yep.
Fantastic. Is there anything else you like Riley Dog besides he's cute, sweet, and trained?
The fact that you wanted to get rid of him right after you found out he wasn't a lab.
Yes,
Prejudice.
I did want to get rid of him right after I found he was a lab, because I was brokenhearted at that point. I found him and I wanted him to be a yellow Labrador so bad it hurt me, because I wanted a big dog to ride in the truck with me. Sadly, Riley's not going to be a big dog. He is a yellow lab beagle mixture, and it has hit me in the wrong way. It's like you expecting a Christmas present and you think you have a 99% sure that you know what it is, and it turns out to be a box of clothes in a bigger box. That shit sucks, doesn't it? But on the other side, we are doing what tomorrow? We are making hot sauce of redemption? Can you tell us about that?
Yes, we are. It's very, very potent.
Oh, you think it's potent. I mean, I got an iron gullet.
Okay, it burned my eye. I think it's potent.
That's because you stuck your hands in your eyes.
Yes, capsaicin and habanero and jalapeno peppers is very, very potent, people. Keep it away from your eyes.
Yeah, well, I mean, we put some real time into it, too. I think I had to go to the food line twice just to buy, extract of, cayenne peppers? Yes, cayenne peppers. I keep wanting to call it Kanye peppers, like fucking Kanye West, for some reason. But hopefully it tastes good enough to make Jesus walk.
We spent 4 hours testing, and we made 10 different tests.
Yeah, what do you think about the first test?
That was shit in a cup.
Well, we fucked up. Like we had no clue what we were doing. Well, we had an idea how to make it. We knew the basic idea how to make hot sauce, but it was our first attempt at making hot sauce, period. And our first one, we just took everything we thought was hot and threw it in a pot, pretty much. And it turned out to be like this chili base. It tasted almost like chili without the beans and the meat in it. Is that what you would describe it?
Sure. Well, that's the taste, but the look.
Oh, it looked like Riley Dog threw it up.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I think the throw up he did in the car the other day would be more appealing than what it looked like. I mean, it had no body to it whatsoever. Matter of fact, what it looked like was somebody that tried to make their own hot sauce at home, and like, well, if ever eat somebody's own hot sauce or special made barbecue sauce like they bring to work or bring to school or whatever, it kind of looked like what they usually bring to school or work.
Yeah. It was pretty bad.
It's only good to the person that made it because they felt accomplished, like it's unique, like they're doing something out of the ordinary. When you go to fucking Food Line, you see like 15 different brands of the hot sauce. And one thing that's been going through my mind the entire time is like, if I can make this hot sauce, why hasn't somebody else made this hot sauce? And like, how would I go about finding and patenting this hot sauce with how would we do that?
That's a good question. I think we have to research that because I have no idea. I know how to cook it. I cooked it. I made it. That's all I know.
So you're leaving me out to hang to dry for the research, huh?
Hey, you're the legal research department.
Okay, so I'm the legal research department of Wings of Redemption Enterprises.
I am the culinary expert
But
department.
anybody out there actually know how would you do it? There has to be a more simple way than picking up every bottle of hot sauce and looking at the ingredients, because most of the hot sauces will tell you the ingredients, but they don't tell you how much they put in the ingredients. Like, we could be like different than somebody else with the same ingredients because we put different amounts of the ingredients in. When you say?
Yeah, because if you go to the store, look at all the hot sauce bottles, the ingredients are basically, most of them are the exact same shit. So you're like, oh no, this hot sauce is better. No, this hot sauce is better. It's the same shit. It's just different name on the bottle. Come on now.
I also got a question for you guys. Do you prefer hot sauce that has an instant hot, something like an habanero would pretty much provide you, or something that has a creeping hot, kind of like I want to call it a Kanye West again, cayenne peppers provide you?
Or something that hits you right in the back of the throat.
That's what cayenne peppers do. It's like that creeping thing, kind of like the chilies the GG gave us with the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know the shit gangster when you got the gangster grandma picking fucking peppers out of her little homemade garden her parole officer told her to make.
Well, not everyone grows chili peppers in their backyard.
I never knew what the fuck they were till today. I always called them a pot of pepper. Like that's all we ever called them in the house when I was growing up. Go get me a pot of pepper off the bush. I never even questioned it. Even in my age now, it's like, okay, it's a pot of pepper. There's a lot of shit I never questioned it. I probably should have growing up.
Oh goodness.
Oh man, I was looking through my camera the other day and I found some pictures of the GG where she got in some of her fist fights. I might have to post those on Facebook. You think that'd be interesting?
Yeah, your grandma's crazy.
She is. Oh man, I wonder if she's seen her headlights. I mean, Dougie came by today and did try to clean her headlights up on her neon.
She probably went out there and goes, that looks like shit.
It probably is. I was sitting there worrying while he's doing it. I'm like, I hope he can get this stuff off because she's going to criticize the fuck out of this.
Her headlights were so clouded it wasn't even funny. Doug took the little thing and did his thing, and it looks 100 times better than what it was. Not all of the cloudiness is gone, but it's just because her headlights are so degraded. But it looks 100 times better than what it was, and she probably went out there and goes, he didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
I don't understand her at all. She's like, what, almost 60 now, and she wants to buy a house? Okay. I didn't know you had Steve Jobs money. Ooh. Oh.
You're gonna get in trouble.
Oh, I could use even worse jokes like, Steve Jobs finally got beat by PC.
I'm talking about your grandma. She's gonna come kick your ass.
Oh, there's probably somebody sitting there laughing their ass off about that one, and it probably went over somebody's head, like way over their head. Did you get the joke?
I got the joke.
Okay.
But you can test me now, see if I got the joke.
No, I'm not going to test you. Well, that's the end of the game, guys. It's been your girl Shelly. Stay tuned for the Hot Wings of Redemption video, probably coming out tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's going to come out before the next video or not, but it's probably going to be out tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the day after. And if you want to see some of the pictures of my grandma after she got in a fist fight, check out my Facebook in the description below. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption.
Bye.
Experiences and in no way reflect the actual Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. We got Sleight of Hand. This perk is put back into the perk 1 slot, and I'm really happy about this. The Sleight of Hand put itself into the stopping power role in Black Ops, and faster ADS really killed you if you picked up anything else or actually went up against it. They took faster ADS off the perk, a godsend, and gave it to Scout Pro effect, a faster weapon switch and equipment placement. I feel like this is a good thing, as it's in the same category as like Marathon, aka Extreme Conditioning, and Blind Eye. So this will make that the kill streaks will last a little longer and have more targets, and there'll be a lot less reloaded bouncing betties. But let's go ahead and jump into the next one. We have the Recon perk. This is one of those perks I wish I knew what it required to get the pro variation of. The initial effect of this one is strange. It's kind of like explosive damage that makes them appear on the minimap, which is really vague. Is stun considered explosive damage? The same thing with this perk is when you get into a gun-on-gun fight. Well, let me rephrase that. The big thing about this perk is the gun-on-gun gunfights. If I beat a guy or shoot a guy in the ass as he rounded in the corner, I know exactly where he is if I want to chase him. This will lead into a lot more gun chase. And it'll also lead into a lot more guys, unable to hide with their assassin perk after running around the corner. That's one of my favorite things to do. Put on the ghost perk and hide prone around corners. I know, that's the bitch blood in me. Blind Eye. This is for the most part Ghost Pro. It makes the computer AI kill streaks very annoying, especially in the man kill streaks, and it's a little unfair and really strong, given that that they should switch to them faster. Hold on, I am so fucking jumbled. It's unfair what it does first. I think they should switch the faster lock on with the basically undetectable by sentries and manned air, or whatever, undetectable by kill streaks. Do that around, but it's the same effect. I'm sort of thinking on top of my head like a chopper gunner. Why are they making it lock on faster? Like it's like only thing I can think they do is they make it instantaneous, and that would be really annoying. Extreme Conditioning. Double your sprint length, the faster climbing. I really miss faster climbing in Black Ops. I'm kind of sad that there's no more unlimited sprint. I really didn't use Marathon much in Modern Warfare 2, but in Black Ops, it was almost a mainstay because of Ninja being really hard to use efficiently. I use Marathon to sprint to spawn flips in TDM, and flags in Domination. It's a solid perk, and it's probably one I'll use over Sleight of Hand all the time. But that kind of leads me to the last perk, which is probably the one I'll use the most, Scavenger. Just like Call of Duty 4 and World of War, Bandolier was the perk that was the godsend. And we got Scavenger here, which is essentially the same thing. This is where I most like to live at. Scavenger, even in Black Ops, was one of those things I could not do without. Reloading grenades and stuns is deadly, especially if you do the stun nade combo. With things like the Advanced UAV or the Black Ops Blackbird, you can provide a solid greet support for the enemies respawning with a frag grenade. The big thing about Scavenger is now it's going to replenish equipment again, so a free-for-all will return to be a Claymore camp-off. This is pretty much the round out of the Tier 1 of the Modern Warfare 3 perks. I think they're okay balanced, but we're going to step into the next video with the Tier 2 perks, and there might be a little hate in the next video, or a little, consolidation. But if you like this video, give it a like, a favorite, a thumbs up, whatever. Check out my man's channel. Help me with the background in the description. And as always, check my Facebook out. Peace.
What's up, hated haters? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you a commentary on that Modern Warfare 2. For those of you who haven't noticed, I do play with people on Facebook now, and I'm kind of switching my medium over from Twitter to Facebook, since more people actually use that as, I don't know, as what they live on the shit. What else is there to say? And I know I do owe you guys a hot sauce video, and we couldn't get around to it today. We had a very hectic day. We had to schedule some stuff, so there's some extra stuff we're going to put into the video tomorrow that you guys might like or might enjoy tremendously. Like you get to see Riley, and he's going to be sore because he's going to have his nuts cut out. Yeah, so if you want to see a denutted dog, you better check out the videos tomorrow. This is kind of just a little bit update video. The video tomorrow will be showing my current girlfriend, Shelly, and I suspect I'll be blocking a lot of people because there's a lot of haters in the world, and what can you do about them except block them? So, it's all gravy, player. Jumping on some Modern Warfare 2 again, it's been a long run since I played Modern Warfare 2 on the Xbox, and it takes a little more getting used to than when I jump on Space Wars on the PS3. Mainly because, for those of you who don't know, I came from the PS3, so I'm a little more in depth with the controller there. So, to compensate for that on the Xbox, I like to play on 2 sensitivity, and that's why you see me a little sluggishly on the aim. But I try to use the advantage to outthink the opponents to get the one up, and you'll see me do that considerably on this trash compactor here. Another thing I want to talk about is something I thought about after doing the Perk 1 video, which hopefully I can get the Perk 2 video out tomorrow sometimes for the Modern Warfare 3 and pretty much my opinion on them. But I was going over the Perk 1 video, and I thought about it after I had put the video out, or I'd sent the audio out to be put onto the video. Something else with the Recon perk that you guys might like to know. I don't know if this works or not for sure, but I was thinking, Recon, when it's pro, as soon as you shoot somebody, they appear on the minimap, kind of like you're tagging them or spotting them in a Battlefield game. Well, if FMJ is an attachment on the gun, you could pretty much ground pound walls till you find him, and then use his dot to finish pounding him through the wall. So that would make Recon a very good LMG perk. You could go like grip, LMG, FMJ, grip FMJ on the double proficiency on the weapon. Put Recon and like fucking blast shield, and then the last one could be like sit rep, so you can shoot through explosive through walls and stuff. And that would be a very solid support LMG class. I don't know how the LMGs themselves will run in the game themselves. I don't know if there's going to be any really good ones. Like RPD in Modern Warfare 2 is always really good, but I don't have the LMG loadout right in front of me on what guns are going to be what. I'm kind of disheartened that the AA-12 is not coming back in the Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. For the most part, because I abuse the shit out of it. I seriously do. Oh man, they ain't nothing better than pounding some ass with an AA-12. And I was thinking, man, Overkill AA-12, I'm back in Modern Warfare 2 land. Give me Scavenger, Overkill, AA-12, and like, Dead Silence. I'm good to go. I don't need stopping power. I can just have Overkill. Same thing, Modern Warfare 2 setup. I'm also going to be looking into replacing my headset yet again, because the mic on my Triton seems to be tearing out, and I've been having these staticky issues. I don't know if the staticky issues are going to be on this video, but I'm going to have to replace the headset. It's just something that's going to be done. So if you have audio problems with this video, that's the reason for it. Oh man, you think this video is over with? I'm about to ass clap one more again. Watch this beautiful play. Loving me some Blue Tiger. I'm hoping the Blue Tiger camos come back next game. It's my favorite camo. Pick it up here. Boo, 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 boo. Get me a double spray. I don't know if I stole him or not. Pick this kid up. That's 4. Where we at? There's the Predator missile. Are we doing this up big? Can we get the ass clapper one more again? And another thing I thought about is you can go AC-130, Juggernaut, Osprey Gunner. Well, I'm not too keen on the Juggernaut perk, mainly because you got to move around. You're not going to get as many kills. It's more of a situational kill streak than anything else. So I'm sitting here thinking, what do you go like, Payblow or Attack Helicopter, AC-130, Osprey Gunner. That's still a strong-ass setup. But it kind of leaves you to the point where how good is the anti-air support going to be in the Modern Warfare 3 game?
That's the big kill. That's the deciding factor. And like 402 said, everything like the bounce of Betty I told you on my bounce of Betty video can be countered by just going prone as soon as it comes out. And he said there's a lot of things in the game that will factor in like that. I wonder if there's other counters besides just Strela missiles or a way to counter Strela missiles.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you a commentary on Black Ops. This is G11 gameplay on Jungle. Nothing fancy. But I want to talk about something else. I recently put a video up, I kind of heard that line before, about, well, it's about a dog stepping on a child's nuts. To put it bluntly. That's what it was. It was just a little fun little video. And a lot of people seem to misunderstand what females actually are. I'm going to just try to explain how females work. Females are the opposite of males. They are the second piece of the puzzle. You have a penis, they have a vagina. They are in no way, shape, and form a symbol of status, a medallion, something you collect, or something you show off. Females should not gain you bragging rights and should not be used as some sort of manipulation tool to get you into a group or club. So with that being said, a lot of people seem to be negative toward my choice in female companionship. And what I have to say about that is, you don't have to live with her. There's a lot more to, picking a companion or having a relationship with someone other than just looks. Looks might seem very important to someone that if that's all they base their views off of. There's a word for this kind of person. That kind of person is shallow. You ever see the movie Shallow Hal? Same kind of thing. There's things that a person can do for you or treat you that will make you feel better to overcome looks. And that by no means says that my current girlfriend is ugly in any means of way, shape, or form. I find her very attractive, and she makes me happy. With that being said, that should fulfill all the requirements I have to want a significant other / and or girlfriend. And if you're dating someone or going out with someone and you have ulterior motives that would pretty much fall into the latter category at the very front of this video, maybe you should reevaluate why you're actually doing it. Is it because you want booty? Is it because she turns you on? These are all pieces of the puzzle, but none of these standing by themselves can create a long, happy, healthy relationship. Females that are just pretty are actually harder to keep than a female that's more well-rounded. Reason being is pretty girls can think they can get anybody else. This is being a little pig-headish on me, and I'm not saying there's no drop-dead diva girls out there that are very faithful. I know there are, but generally girls that know they look good have a little snobbier personality, and they don't really know how to do nothing, and they're a little worse in the sack. Reason being, they think they don't have to do nothing because they're the superior in looks in the relationship, and everybody should be an equal. But with that stated all across the line, how are you guys liking the new video content that I've been putting out? I've been working really hard. I have another short clip coming up probably tomorrow morning about Hot Wings of Redemption. It's not as big and epic as I thought it would be, mainly because I lack any kind of creative camera work or ability. I have ideas. I have ideas. I understand theories. That's pretty much all I do. Oh man, Modern Warfare 3 is right around the corner. So is Battlefield 3. I'm very psyched for those. I'm trying to play a kind of mixture of Call of Duty and Battlefield. Well, Battlefield beta's closed, so I can't really play no more Battlefield. But I'm trying to play a mixture of a lot. And you should rise above. Quit being so negative on everything. Negative people are just people that's trying to make up for something else in their life. So if you see negative comments on my channel, please don't even respond to them. I'll get to them in time. Go about your day, have fun, love life, and as always, you should go ahead and have yourself a nice day. This game right here is winded down. It was a pretty good gameplay. I think I ended up going like 29-3 or something like that at the G11. But it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm outie 5000. Peace.
That's in low way the business. What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm bringing you a gameplay commentary on the game of Modern Warfare 2. You know, a lot of people are trying to get into the YouTube game as a whole, and they're finding it very tough to actually acquire a fan base or have anybody watch their videos at all. I had a few people reach out to me recently that were really had their heart in the right place, but are getting really frustrated because the way everything is going. And these people stood out between the hundreds of other people that have done this, mainly because they put out so many videos and been doing it for so long with very little to no detail. And you find it hard to tell someone like this that, you know, maybe you should change your whole schematic up, because while you're telling me that, you know, you can't grow because the big guys are holding you down, there's been 60 guys that passed you since then, since I've last seen your channel. But it's not all their fault, so I figured I'd go ahead and give out, you know, my generic tips for growing a YouTube channel. Keep in mind, regardless, that I'm not the biggest YouTube channel on YouTube, and nor do I have the best numbers and growth rates on YouTube. But for the most part, I've overcome adversity many of times. I've overcome controversy many of times. And the big thing is, I'm still here while a lot of people aren't. One of the first things you have to do is you have to commit yourself to the game, which is obvious. You have to play games you don't want to play and don't like, and you got to act like you want to play them. And that's not so much mean that, you know, you don't like Black Ops because Second Chance or whatnot. I enjoy playing Black Ops. I enjoy playing Call of Duty as a whole, but the amount that you have to play the games, you're going to get a disdain for them. You're going to not like them very much at the end of the day, mainly because you got to look at this as like a hobby that has backbreaking work in it. For all the times you go off-roading, what about all the time you spent building the off-road vehicle? Look at it in that sense. And sometimes you gotta change your gameplay up. You gotta build character. You gotta have a gimmick, and the gimmick needs to be something that people can admire or even relate to. Second thing, you've got to understand your audience. For the most part, the audience of the standard gameplay commentator is anywhere between the ages of 8 and 25, and these ages are not going to really care too much about, you know, politics or, you know, the Bush administration. What they're going to care about more is being positive. People do not want to hear negativity. They come onto YouTube to basically have their fill of negativity, so they come on YouTube to get away from it all, you know, be it homework, be it schoolwork, be it, you know, parents yelling at them, whatever. They want to come up here and be enlightened and be empowered. 3, you want to leave the person watching with the feeling that they want to go play the game. You want to do something that they can relate to, that will pretty much put them in the same horizon as you. They're like, man, it's been a while since I macked 40 motherfuckers on Wasteland. I'm about to go play this shit right now. That's the feeling you want to leave with them. The reason is because they get that feeling and they automatically sense it to you, and it's like, man, last time I watched a Wings video, man, I wanted to play Modern Warfare 2. But, you know, I don't know how good that actually will be, since, you know, playing Modern Warfare 2 is usually an effort in futility. Oh, yeah, I messed up. But those are some quick tips. So here's some even more advanced tips that you get to. Always watch what you're doing, and always keep note on videos that you do better in. The type of videos that you're doing is a great deal of how much your channel is going to grow. Generally, short clip videos get more views because people can watch them more than one time in one sitting, but longer videos generally create more long base subscribers. You want to try to do a mixture of them to keep your view count up. Always cross promote yourself within your channel or within somebody else's channel network that is generally the same size as you. You don't want to go too heavy too fast. If you start your channel out and you get put right on like C-Nanner's channel, you're going to lose a lot of your work ethic. And the reason for that is because you won't. That's pretty much something for nothing, and your chicks for free. Try to stick to the smaller channels and work your way up there. And remember that every 8th subscriber is 1 view. I mean, these are cold hard facts. It usually every 8 subscribers a channel gains will equal 1 extra video view. So if you gain 100 subscribers off a dual comm with your buddy who happens to have the same amount of subscribers as you, you've essentially gave 12.5 views. So that's what that's what I'd expect to relate 100 new subscribers to. And I know I'm making subscribers sound like the numbers or whatever, but you know, when you look at this thing in a way to succeed, you pretty much got to run the numbers of everything you do. And one last quick tip I can give you is be consistent. Consistent. You should upload at least 1 video every day you open your eyes. And the reason for that is it's better to be hated than forgotten. If people want to hate on you because you're spamming their sub box, that sucks. But for the same respect, if they forget about you, such as G Unit, how many people still watch G Unit? You know, it's a hard time to recover from that because you have a lot of dead subs. And another part of being consistent is you probably want to start being consistent what times you upload. This is something I've struggled with in at least the last 6 months. But you want to upload around the same time, and if you can, you want to have multiple series so that people expect when they're going to upload, expect what's going to happen that day and when it's going to upload. For example, one of the big things with Painkiller already, and the reason I think we succeeded where a lot of other podcasts failed, was that we were consistent with what time we did it. We always did it at 9:30 Eastern Standard on Thursday. We did it for a year that way. People knew what time it was. They knew when to show up. They knew when to go on iTunes. And every time we ever deviated from it, we got complaints. But the fact is, how many people would watch Friends back in the day if they didn't know what time it came on? You know, they would watch it and enjoy it, but they didn't know when they could see it again. That's another good way to keep subscribers. Hopefully you guys can use these tips. Hopefully you don't find it too offensive. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm out at 5,000. Peace.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you some infield gameplay on some Call of Duty Black Ops. It's got the Silencer, Scavenger, and I think Ninja Pro. And today we're going to talk about the Potty Patrol again. For those who don't know, or just a quick recap, I'm taking care of a guy. I have 2 little kids in my house. There's Madison and Gabe is just turned 4, and he still has potty problems. Not so much sense in the way of peeing and stuff, but he poops himself 3 or 4 times a day, and I think I actually might have found the problem now. I do a lot of research based off of this, and one of the things in my research I found was constipation problems, which he had at one point, could stretch out a young child's colon, so he cannot feel the need to poop anymore. You know, he doesn't have that boom, that pain. And it's like, this sounds just like what I'm going through, so I'm going to give this a try. I don't know if this is the correct, you know, the right, what was actually going to fix him. But I do know it seems like it'd be worth a shot. Mainly because he does poop 3 or 4 times really small and never really poops big. Like, even when we do get him to poop on the toilet, it's usually like a little small piece. And he's a very smart kid. I ask him, where do you poop in the toilet? Where do you poop at? And he goes to the toilet. And, you know, when I punish him or, you know, like make him go to bed early, he says he'll never poop his pants again. But then he'll do it like 2 hours later. It's not that I think he forgets. There's two things I think that's happening. He's either ADHD, and he forgets that he has to poop, or he has some kind of mental problem, or he has maybe this bowel problem where he can't actually feel like he's going to the bathroom. Him not actually feeling like he can go to the bathroom is, I think I can eliminate this one before he goes to the doctor. He has a doctor's appointment the 26th of October, so for this very problem, because I've run out of, you know, home remedies and solutions for it. So yeah, so what I'm going to end up doing is every time, instead of making him, you know, go to timeout and just sit there, I'm going to make him go to timeout and eat like an apple. I'm going to start putting, like, you know, fiber in his drink, like Metamucil and,
You know, was that little baby fiber thing? You know, what some of that baby fiber stuff. Put that in his food, like mashed potatoes and stuff. Try to really bulk him up, because from what I've heard, the cure to this is actually making their stool bigger so they can feel it. So I'm gonna just make his stool bigger with fiber, and maybe he'll feel the sensation to go to the bathroom, or maybe realize the sensation to go to the bathroom, and he'll be better off. We'll see. I'll keep you updated on how that works out. And another thing that I realized lately is the new dog snores. Like, I mean, he seriously will conk the hell out. It's like, holy crap. We were trying to catch him yesterday, and I caught about 2 minutes worth of video. I have it, but I can't really hear it too well on the iPhone. I have to put it on the computer to see if you actually can pick out him snoring. But he was sawing logs, son. He was like a lumberjacker. I mean, he might as well had a flannel on. He was cutting so many trees down, and he was almost choking himself. And he was like running in air with his paws. And he kind of scares himself when he wakes up because he snores and wakes himself up. It was so cute. And speaking of the Riley dog, he actually is going to be a firefighter for Halloween, so expect a video of that as well. Black Ops at this point, I feel like it's ran its course. It seems like there's really no reason to play it, even though we still got, what is the date, the 13th? We still got probably another 2 weeks before Battlefield 3 comes out. And I don't know, Black Ops just feels really stale now to me, especially when you're playing it. And it's not that it's a bad game. It's just I'm just tired of the assault rifles, tired of the kill streaks, and hopefully all the variety that Modern Warfare 3 adds will kind of remedy that. Look at this guy. I see you, baby. Boom. Get it. That's the end of the game. 31-4. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. And I hope you guys have a wonderful evening.
Yeah, it's Redneck on PKA number 69.
Boobies, boobies, boobies.
What?
That was like a little motorbike.
Boobies. You guys were supposed to say boobies with me, you bastards. You left me out
You were
there.
supposed to say boobies.
I know, but like I wanted to put Woody on the spot and make him feel like a perv because it was real funny.
I hate you all.
So what better than have a PKA 69 and start off with a fucking myth, American mythology?
Let's do it.
Boobs? If you still think at your age that boobies are a myth, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I really am sorry.
Oh, look I got 2 of my own. I can play with them in the shower.
Oh,
You got a mirror in your shower, like you can watch yourself in the mirror.
yeah. Get on my level, kitty. I got boobies.
I just don't have Sarah Palin boobies.
Oh, God. I don't know which is worse, Sarah Palin boobs or Wings boobs.
Have a nice day.
Well, what's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back and I'm bringing you a free-for-all on the Black Ops. So I got a grip Skorpion, whatever the thing is, and I start off with a 2-piece and a biscuit. That's the way I like to do it. But also the way I like to do it is I like brain teasers. So I found some brain teasers for you guys, and I'm going to pretty much give you the questions this time, and I'll give you the answers on another video coming out later today. And you can kind of see how many people can get all the answers. It's something fun to do. So let's go ahead and try this out. I have these questions here, and let's do this. Question number 1. A murderer is condemned to death. He has to choose between 3 rooms. The first is full of raging fires. The second is full of assassins with loaded guns. The third is full of lions that haven't eaten in 3 years. Which room is the safest? Question number 2. Can you name 3 consecutive days without using Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? Okay. Question number 3. A man is found dead in the Arctic with a pack on his back. What happened? Question 4. A man pushes a car up to an hotel and tells the owner that he's bankrupt. What is going on? Question number 5. You have 2 plastic jugs. Both are filled with water. How can you put all the water into a barrel without using the jugs or any dividers and tell which jug the water came from? Question number 6. A carrot, 2 lumps of coal, and a pipe lie together in the field. What happened? Question number 8. A woman shoots her husband and she holds him underwater for 5 minutes. Finally, she hangs him. But 5 minutes later, they both go out and enjoy a beautiful dinner together. How can this be? Question number 9. What's black when you buy it, red when you use it, and gray when you throw it away? And question number, I think this is 9. I skipped over them. A man is born in 1972 and he dies in 1952 at the age of 25. How can this happen? Alright, those are 9 questions for you guys to go and social and mill over and see how many you can get right. It is very fun to do. I will be giving the answers later on today in another free-for-all video. As for always, has been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm Outie 5000. Remember to like. What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you the 3rd tier perks for Modern Warfare 3. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right on in this one. The first tier perk is Marksman. Marksman, you identify targets at more distant range, and the pro effect is you hold your breath longer, kind of like Iron Lungs. Marksman's big advantage is the first effect, though. What it will do is, like when you're sniping for long distance, people that are considered long distance, which in Call of Duty is not really that far, is gonna have their name appear, kind of like if you ever aimed at somebody through a wall, you'll see their name through walls, which will give you kind of like an effect of, you know, they're gonna come around the corner, or you know where they're going to be going. I don't know. I tried to find gameplay where this was in effect from the actual COD XP, but I couldn't really find any. So I'm gonna assume it's gonna be rather subtle, like when they come around the wall, and I don't see it being too much of a big deal. But it's gonna be a pretty good sniper perk for anybody that wants to do a scout sniper kind of thing. And it also help against assassin in the long run. I don't really know how good it's gonna be for like people that don't use the snipers, but we'll have to see when the actual game comes out. But it's one of those sniper perks. I don't see it getting too much use. The next one is Stalker. Increases movement speed while aiming down the sights. Alright, Stalker is one of those things that Call of Duty 4 kind of had to begin with. If you noticed in Call of Duty 4, a submachine gun had a faster aim down sight and movement radius than like a assault rifle. That's something that set them apart. They kind of did away with that over the last 3 Call of Duties. That's something I remember vividly about COD 4. I'm wondering how fast Stalker is going to be with aim down sights. Is it going to be full moving speed? Is it going to be half moving speed? Is it going to be something retarded, like you just walk around with the sights aimed down? I don't know. And it also has the scrambler effect on it too, as the delayed to claymores before exploding, which I guess would be another reason to use bouncing betties. But Stalker will be really good for those kind of guys that don't ever want to get caught off guard or can't really hit fire that well. I just don't see it being used too often. I think I'll use it from time to time, but who knows? I could be wrong. It could be a super increase in movement speed and it'd be worth it. Maybe see the old COD 4 stuff coming back out. And that's going to take us right on into SITREP. SITREP is probably where I'm going to be at most of the time. The last 3 perks in the tier 3 are the really strong ones. SITREP is the same as Bomb Squad. Bomb Squad was pretty much a mainstay in World at War for me because I played a lot of Search and Destroy. And Search and Destroy in World at War, which is feasible at this point because of the Bouncing Betties. Bouncing Betties were a mug in World at War. And I figured SITREP is going to go right up there because there's going to be a lot more Scavenger Claymore, Scavenger Bouncing Betties, that kind of deal. And that and SITREP Pro is going to make the enemy footsteps louder, which, since Dead Silence has kind of got a nerf in this game compared to the last 2 games, I think that's going to be a huge advantage over Dead Silence. But that's up to you guys, to be perfectly honest. SITREP Pro was something I went to in Modern Warfare 2 because of that. If you played Ground War, Ninja didn't really help you for sound whoring as much as SITREP Pro did. Third tier perk, I think this one's overpowered. This is Steady Aim. Steady Aim, you increase your hip fire accuracy while firing from the hip, and you ready your weapon after sprint. Pretty much the same perk as in Black Ops and the tier 2. Steady Aim is ridiculous. It is one of those perks that people overlooked for the longest time in Black Ops, but now it's the mainstay in MLG, because the fact is you can't get caught off guard with Steady Aim. And when you kind of picture that with all the other things such as Assassin or Scavenger or whatever, that's going to be a really strong perk. The last Steady Aim is going to be one of those perks you'll see me use a lot of, especially since I've gotten to the point where Black Ops has conditioned me not to want to sound people or hear people through the headset. Steady Aim will save your life a lot more than I get. Pretty much, being able to hear somebody sneaking up on you, at least in my opinion. And Steady Aims are going to be a really strong tier 3 perk. And let's go ahead and get to the last one. The last one is Dead Silence. Quiet or move it. Recon does not work as well against you. You do not take any fall damage. Dead Silence is by far no means Ninja. Ninja perks were 100% completely silent. This says quieter movement. It doesn't say 100% silent. So I'm taking it. It's going to be like Call of Duty 4 again, where you actually can hear Dead Silence, and that's going to be a good. I like that. I do. I like Call of Duty 4 and World at War Dead Silence, mainly because you can still sound them out, and they couldn't just sneak up on you basically because they had a perk. The only problem is, I think Dead Silence should have had the heartbeat sensor tagged onto it as well, trying to pull some of the people off of the Assassin perk. Do not take any fall damage is a great pro effect for it. Well, at least it is in my opinion, because how many times have you loved the point where you didn't take fall damage? And it kind of fits more into the ninja route than anything else, since they actually named the perk ninja in the last two. Ninjas jump from high buildings. I feel Dead Silence is one of those perks that gets abused a lot by good players, but in the long run they're kind of doing to measure it out. I feel like more people will be using Steady Aim and Dead Silence than anything else here, but the tier 3 perks are just support perks to be anywhere. Overall, Modern Warfare 3 has a pretty good set of perk list. I'm kind of worried about Blind Eye, mainly because of its lock-on abilities. But in Assassin, I feel like the way that everything combines together, there's going to be reasons to pull off of Assassin, but Assassin's still going to be the dominant perk. If you have 6 players in the game, 2 to 3 of them are going to have Assassin on, opposed to everything else. But it's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and that's been the Modern Warfare 3 perks. Peace.
The following commentary is actually brought to you mainly because I noticed this video was sent to me, and the guy has a lot of things misstrewn, and he's kind of inciting a riot. So I'm just going to give you the other side of the story, or the flip side. And this video is no way form of hating of anything on the small commentators. It's just another opinion on how it's seen on the other side of the fence.
The fuck if I know. I thought it sounded catchy at the time. And this is some Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Search and Destroy gameplay commentary. Only thing about that is the commentary is not about the gameplay, because the gameplay fucking sucks. Pretty much, I was going into my, gotta get that YouTube money try-hard gameplay mode, and my roommate decided it was going to be a good idea to go on uTort and download to prawns while I was host of the lobby. And everybody was like, dude, Tabine, I'm on a 2-bar, what the hell, man, this is bad, dude. And I was like, LOL, sorry, dude, you suck anyways, not like it matters. But but the point is, I want to talk about the commentary. As weird as this is going to be, my commentary is about the commentary, so I'm commentating about commentary while commentating commentary. It's whoosh. My mind was just blown. Anyways, I was sitting here about an hour ago. It's only like 5:25 a.m. No big deal. It's not like I go to sleep ever. And I was listening to Painkiller already, episode 70, I believe. And if Redneck's not a regular part of the ensemble by now, I really don't know why. He's awesome. He's consistent. And he's pretty much always on the show anyways. So just make him a part of the regular cast.
Before we get into this thing any further, I would like to point out how he's using a lot of high impact, high energy sayings and he actually copies CNNer's voice towards the graveyard section of the map. This is not bad. This is one style of commentating. The CCC group use this a lot, and it's something that you do in times to try to set yourself apart from other people, which is not bad at all. He also comments on Redneck, which I would like to point out that Redneck is a small channel. Redneck does not have 100,000 subscribers, and Redneck has generally been the FPS Kyle replacement when Kyle cannot make it onto the podcast because of his schedule.
Woody. So I'm going to send this video to Woody's Gamertag as a response to the PKA video. And the reason I'm going to be doing that is because Wings of Redemption and Woody's Gamertag had this little bit of an exchange. They had a little segment where they're talking about how they do and or don't believe that smaller YouTube commentators are really going to be able to explode. And the reason I want to talk about this right now is because I think I'm in a better position to talk about it than they are, to be completely honest. Not to be like arrogant or anything, but I've been on both ends of the spectrum. I've been on the up-and-coming YouTube commentator with, posting videos on FPS Kyle's old channel, even though I'm not supposed to mention FPS Kyle. Oops, sorry, I'm not going to do that again. And, having XJaws subscribe to me, put me in his box, and rate and comment on all of my videos, and gaining 1,000 subscribers a week for a small channel. I've been on every end of the spectrum. I started making videos 2 years ago, in January, or actually I think it was, like, my first video was like February 2nd or something like that, 2010, when Modern Warfare 2 came out a couple months prior. I was using a damn Dazzle and a Rock Band mic. I didn't even have the balls to speak into the mic. I was like, yeah, man, I'll be so good at commentary. Then I'll get my mic. I'm like, oh, what's going on, guys? This is SXE Beast. And it was just not a good thing. It was bad. It was really bad. But as you guys can tell now, much improvement 2 years later. I'm a pretty damn charismatic and mildly arrogant individual. I'm pretty good at the games. This isn't a good gameplay. It was just like the right length that I'm looking for. And I think I've got the whole package as a commentator. And the reason I think that I should be the one talking about this, as I already stated, I'm on every end of the spectrum, but I was given every opportunity an up-and-coming YouTuber was needed to actually get famous, quote-unquote, in this little subculture and become somewhat of a small-time subculture celebrity. And I consistently dropped the ball. Why? Because I wasn't a consistent uploader. Because I wasn't putting out... I was trying to put out... Basically, if I was consistent with my uploads, it would be lower quality videos so I could up the quantity of the videos that I would make. Now I make a video a day, maybe. I try my best to put out as much entertaining content as I can. I've been posting 2 videos a day between here and KLM 5986, and it's just really difficult, but I have a shitty computer, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to get into that, but the point is, I have been busting my ass for the last 2 years to go from that shitty little kid who doesn't even deserve to grace a microphone to a guy right now who is having sex with your eardrums, and pretty much, I don't know, I think that, people can get known. I think that it's just... People say, oh, smaller commentators make good content, but they never go anywhere. That's what Wings said, but Wings didn't go out of his way to make that person get seen. I mean...
this right here, he blatantly states that I never go out of my way to make people being seen. I would like to give a little list of some of the channels that I help up and come and promote, such as Woody's Gamertag, FPS Russia, FPS Kyle, Mr. Chaos Math, Mr. 360 Beast, Bash LOL, Xbox Ahoy, just to name a few channels that I've helped out. And not to mention, Redneck, Chaos Math, and there's other channels I've helped out to small extents, such as I watch Onslaught's videos all the time, so I'm always giving him a thumbs up. I watch T-Mar's videos, I give him a thumbs up. I'm helping Doc Holliday try to help his channel out. I'm also helping a channel called Real Gamers TV. I do a lot to help the things out, and this right here is all assumption, and this is stuff that people don't see all the time.
I'm not going to sit here and say anything bad about Wings, because Wings of Redemption has done wonders for channels. Look at Ronaldinho. He knows Ronaldinho. I mean, yeah, sure, they were friends before, but he deserves all of the praise and whatnot that he has right now. Wings knows who is and who isn't good enough to get out there. And when Wings sees somebody good, he's going to give them that little push and push them through that proverbial glass ceiling. And Woody's gamertag says he does think that people can get known when Wings says they can't. And the reason I think Woody thinks that is because Woody's a little bit more active. He watches a lot more videos. He's really, really in tune with this community. He loves this community, and you can tell. You can tell by listening to his commentary. Even if he seems sometimes like he's trying to get out a whole bunch of videos as much as possible, you can still tell that he's passionate about what he's doing. I'm not saying that Wings isn't. It's his fucking livelihood, of course, but you can see there's differences in the personalities and whatnot, and that's where I can see why Wings thinks what he thinks and what Woody thinks that he thinks. And I think the only reason smaller channels aren't breaking out and there's not constantly somebody just popping up on your radar is because a lot of these bigger commentators aren't going out of their way to help them.
First off, it's not a bigger commentator's job to go out of their way to help people. They choose to help people. I choose to help smaller channels and help people get noticed. One, because they can help me back in return. You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. And two, because my channel was created via somebody giving another person a shout out. And this alone is all the responsibility I'm pretty much required to do. I did not get my channel by a lottery win. I did not get my channel given to me in any way, shape, or form. My channel was built from 0 subscribers with very, very little other channel interaction. But some reason people think that since I grew, I'm entitled to hold their hand. And like I said, from the list of channels I gave out earlier, I'm more than willing to go through the tolls and help somebody out if they are there to put the time and effort, and I think they will be a great contribution to the community. Because if everybody that could get a good game in Call of Duty had a YouTube channel, it would be oversaturated to the point where there's no need or demand. People are starting YouTube channels nowadays basically to try to proverbially cash in on the money train. And people see that if you've been doing this for a while and stuff gets redundant, that you don't have passion for what you're doing, but they forget about your entire field or track record beforehand. You can go out and raise thousands of dollars for someone and help someone that's needy, and next week that you bash noob tubers, you're all of a sudden the evil incarnate that should be kicked off of YouTube and should get a real job. Things like this is what happens. People only concentrate on the negative. And most people, including smaller commentators, only see the negative because they see somebody like White Boy sitting on the front page, not thinking about what White Boy had to do to get there. White Boy's been in this game 3 years. He's paid his dues. He went through World at War, he went through Call of Duty 4, he went through Modern Warfare 2, unnoticed. And he finally got a shot in Black Ops, and he shined. Just because somebody is big or doing something there does not mean they got there undeservingly.
Like, for instance, these guys are, I'm not trying to be, disrespectful when I say this, but they're, quote-unquote, hogging your subscription box. You subscribe to somebody like me, I have like 2,200 subscribers, but I get like 6, 7, maybe 800 views per video because, you guys are watching videos from White Boy, you guys are watching videos from Wings, from Woody, from, Mercadurka.
If you have 2,200 subs and you get 800 views, you have a better view to sub ratio than I do, and you're complaining. A sub does not equal a view. I've said this before. Generally, 8 subs equal 1 view. This is not set in stone. This is not a law of physics. But for the most case, that's how it works. Even channels like Woody and White Boy, they have 600,000 subs, but only net 100,000 views. So they have about a 5.8 sub to view count ratio. And that's because they have a consistent long tail. And every video they make, they aim for that will you subscribe mark. It's all about setting goals for yourself and maintaining excellency. If you have an 800 view on a 2200 channel, you're doing spectacularly well, and you should not be bitching.
S&Ds, X-Jaws, all these guys, and you're not, taking the time to watch me because somebody doesn't push you my direction because they don't. It's not that they don't deem my content worthy, it's because I've never had that push. Well, I have. I'm just talking like from a small channel sense. So I think what really needs to be done is, if you guys want to keep this community alive and well and have it flourish more than it already is and not die out if Modern Warfare 3 flops, is you got to kind of stop with the exclusiveness. I mean, I'm not saying somebody sends you a message saying, hey man, sub to my channel, help my channel out please. Do it. I'm just saying, find gems, find people who are passionate about.
He's basically begging right now for subscriptions. Big YouTubers pushing your channel does not mean subscribers all day, every day through your ass. Subscribers come, all big channels can basically give you is a chance to show yourself to a larger audience. And it's through them that they decide if they're going to like your channel or not. He seems to want to ask you to pursue or go out of your way to find gems, but not everybody has that kind of time, dude. And if you actually make content worth noticing, people will find you. Syndicate, Xbox Ahoy are two of the juggernauts of the game that came late into Black Ops. The reason they came late into Black Ops is because they made content that people wanted to see and people wanted to share with their friends. That's what you should do. Is that you make a video. Is this content something that somebody will say, hey, check this shit out, Brad? That's that case.
About what they do. Find people who are confident on the microphone, have good quality videos, take their time and just enjoy what they do, and they're doing this because they fucking like it, and have them, you know, give them a little nudge, try and help them out. Help a guy like me out. I mean, I've been making videos for 2 years. Woody found my video, Real Talk, Depression and Losing My Father, a little over a month ago. He's like, wow, this is a great video. It was about me discovering my father when he passed away when I was 10 years old. You can tell I had this investment because I was using YouTube when I'm not doing my regular witty live comms or this kind of commentary, but I was invested in what I was doing. Even in that video, you can tell on an emotional level. It was something that I was putting out there to try and help people who might be in a shitty spot.
I have helped people that's been in a shitty spot. I've helped people that have the inability to use every part of the body. I've helped people that didn't have a car. I've helped people monetarily many times on multiple occasions. And he seems to be downing all the big YouTubers, saying they don't like what they're doing and they don't do this passionately. But you got to understand, it's not that we don't like what we're doing. This is the best job I've ever had. It's the fact is, just like every job that you do after a while, there is parts of it that you hate or despise. And since you're basically on public record 24/7, just like a reality TV star, there's things that you're going to say that people are going to disagree with. And he basically goes to say that he made good videos. Everybody has made good videos. Woody has all the Try Hard Ninja videos. He has the Mail Monday videos. Myself, I have a Riot Shield nuke. I have 4 kill streakless nukes. I have the gold Hourtage with the gold commando. I mean, I can name them all off. I have the How to Level Up Quick in Modern Warfare 2. I have the KD Clinic in Modern Warfare 2. I have million view videos. Everybody has these. Everybody gets these. And just because you make 1 or 2 good videos or somebody likes one of your videos does not mean that you're going to spark off. 2 Average Joes did a video with the Dutch drummer, and it was a spectacular video. And you know what happened? I tweeted it out. Somebody else seen it. They liked it. They tweeted it out. Same effect. Make videos that people will want to share with their friends.
Try and find something to identify with. And I think that that's something that's sorely lacking. I think people, it's really transparent. They try to put out this perception that makes everybody think they care, but it's not that they don't care. It's that they're, I don't even know how to say it. Basically, I'm here because I've been through many trials and tribulations. I've been through a lot of shitty times. I've faced depression. I've faced drug abuse. I've faced shitty relationships. I've faced all these things, like loss of, my father, for instance. And I try to make these occasional videos that will, give you guys something to correlate with, something to say, wow, I'm not the only guy out there with, some shitty ordeal going on. Oh, my girlfriend of 4 years just broke up with me and stuff like that. I make videos like that to try and give you guys something to find solace in, basically. And, you know, guys like XJaws make these videos where, you know, they make you better at the game, tips and tricks. Woody brings you these, like, insider almost updates, and you can tell, like, he'll come onto the mic and he'll be so excited. You know, he's got this vigor when he starts to talk to you guys on a lot of his videos. And it's just noticeable, you know. I think that there needs to be emphasis on people who are passionate about this. I think something that Woody could do just to help people out is every couple weeks bring a small-time commentator on to, you know, Painkiller already. You know, it's just small things like that are going to spice this up. It's not going to be so monotonous. It's not going to be people, for instance, when a new map pack comes out, instantly, the second you wake up that day, you go on YouTube or whatever after your routine, you go to school, come back or whatever, there's like 80 videos in your subscription box from people saying first impressions on this map, and they're not going out of their way to do something new. They're not going out of their way to get...
You know, cars have driven the same way for over 100 years now. You pretty much push a gas pedal and it projects the vehicle forward. The reason that every time a map pack comes out, people start playing like crazy on those maps is because that's what the people want to see. When Battlefield 3 comes out, people are going to come on YouTube looking for Battlefield 3. And that's pretty much is a standoff that happens between every time, because unlike music artists that everybody's doing their own songs, we're all playing the same song but in different degrees, octaves, and tenors. We all be playing the Battlefield beta, for example. We all were pretty much playing the same map, but some people could give tips better than others, and then that right there drew people over others. But in the other case, people went to the person they felt the most comfortable with. Even though like me, I'm better in Battlefield than Woody. His Battlefield videos did better than mine. Why? Because of long tail. People have faith in Woody's videos. They know every time they click a Woody video, they're going to get a good one. And that's why they would come to somebody they're more familiar with, then go seek somebody out with positive reinforcement. One advantage a smaller channel has over a bigger channel is they can be more interactive with subs because there's less subs to deal with. But eventually it gets to the point that everybody turns into a big commentator snob, because you get to the point where you can't respond to everyone because there's so many people.
Give you passionate, entertaining commentary like, well, this video is going to draw a lot of traffic, so I guess I'll make one too. You know, it's just the whole notion of people getting lazy. They want instant gratification. I don't do that. A new map pack comes out. For instance, I didn't upload a single video on, I think the last map pack or the two most prior map packs on Black Ops. I don't think I uploaded a single gameplay on any of those maps. Why? Not because I didn't like them, not because I wasn't playing the game or playing the maps. It's because I didn't feel the need to do those videos, because I think I wasn't passionate about it. I didn't care. I'm not going to make a video. I'm not going to force a video out there just because I know it's going to get views. I do things that are sometimes controversial. Why? Because it's what I feel. It's something that I'm passionate about. I like to evoke this spark. Whether it's people saying, dude, I totally agree with you, trick shotters are gay. Or whether it's people saying, dude, fuck you. That's how I have fun with the game. I like to jump off a building and spin 73 times, fake a Claymore, put a sentry gun down, and like no scope, and miss 86 times. That's fine. You know, I like that response. I like people saying, fuck you, and I like people saying, dude, hell yeah, I love you.
I was going to call the hypocriticals here. He says he's not lazy, but he's also been crying the entire video about how he wants to get noticed and how other channels should do work on his behalf when he's unwilling to even do a video that might get him noticed over somebody else. When you have a big thing like a map pack come out, people are going to be using the search engine like crazy. Take advantage of it. Maybe get your videos seen. Most of the time, big channels spawn out from new games coming out. And there's going to be new commentators coming on the scene. You know what's going to trigger it? Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare 3. You know why? People are going to be searching for that, and they're going to be searching deep. They're going to be searching hard to find any kind of tip or trick to get variation, to get an edge on their friends. This is when new commentators are born. This is the breeding ground. Reason being, I've seen more videos go viral on people that have no subscribers in these points of times than anything else. So if you're skipping over these, you're shooting yourself in the foot. And now you're making a video complaining that, trying to make yourself seem like you're a bigger person because other people decide not to take advantage of it. That's like you were in Africa dying of thirst, but there's a water fountain. Everybody's lining up at the water fountain, but you don't want to stand in line. I'm going to go to this oasis over here and get my own water. Well, next thing you know, you're a pile of bones.
That's what I do. I do this to get like an emotional response out of people as an entertainer. If I can't get a response out of people, then I've got to get the fuck out of here. I got to go do something else. For instance, I've wanted to be a professional wrestler for half my goddamn life. That is based off of 100%. Do they like you or do they hate you? You got to have this character. You've got to be passionate about what you want to do. It's like, that's just what fuck, you know, like, goddamn. I'm sorry for this tangent. This is a 4.5 minute gameplay, and I'm sitting here 10.5 minutes in. I'm sorry if you guys are still listening. Hopefully you can understand and feel what the fuck I'm saying. And if you guys have any sort of say, spread this video around, show people this, because it's something that needs to be fucking seen. People need to just take this shit lighter. This isn't some big fucking job. I mean, for all you guys know, tomorrow you can just go on the internet and YouTube's gone. Just lighten up. It's a hobby. I understand that you can make money. I mean, fuck. Machinima approached me. They're going to partner my channel. Do you see me all of a sudden putting out these videos so I'm going to be drawing views non-stop? No. What am I going to do? I'm going to make a few song parodies because it's fun. I'm going to do some live commentaries telling people to play like a man when they're sitting in corners because I think it's funny. That's what I'm going to do. Why? Because it's something I enjoy to do. It's passionate. I'm a passionate.
Well, basically, the last section of this video, he basically said you should do YouTube as a hobby and not a job. Well, why don't people do TV as a hobby and not a job? The fact is, there's money in the internet, and all the internet's going to do is grow. And it's the same thing as radio. You can have fun and still make money at the same time. But the fact is, you got to create what other people want you to, other people are willing to watch. Yeah, there's big commentators that didn't jump on the Minecraft bandwagon. A lot of us didn't. Minecraft is now bigger than Call of Duty. My channel would be twice its size right now if I would play Minecraft. But the fact is, I do not find the game fun in the least bit, so I don't play it. You're not gonna get anywhere if you take this as a situation of being fun. You on one hand, you're saying that you want to succeed, you want to get better, you want to do this, but on the other hand, you're saying you don't want to do what it takes to have the success happen. If the only way you can succeed in life is if you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe. If you have your head held underwater, what are you going to do? You're going to fight with every ounce in your body to get your head above water. And you got to take every advantage. Russell Simmons gave some advice to up-and-coming rappers that sounded something like this. This is not direct quotes, but you have to give your mixtape away. Don't charge money for it. Don't do anything. Don't let that person walk away without being able to hear at least part of your song. Reason being is you got to get yourself out there. And getting yourself out there is more important than having fun. I'm not saying you can't come and do YouTube as a hobby. Yeah, YouTube started as a hobby. But the fact is, anytime thousands and thousands and millions of people amass anywhere, money is going to come along with it. And just like writing, if you're any good at it, you're going to get paid for it.
Entertainer. I'm not going to cop out. I'm not going to be like, oh, this new game's on the marketplace. It's called Triangles Are Fun. You spin triangles and it's fun. And everybody's on this game's dick. So I'm not going to go out and buy the game and upload a gameplay from it just so I can get a shit ton of views. So if you guys listen to this 12-minute tangent, I appreciate it. I love you guys. My name is Big Sexy, and I'm out.
What's up, guys? It's your boy WingsofRedemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you another brain teaser video. And this is kind of a nostalgic brain teaser, and big pops and extra points if you can guess where it came from. But without further ado, let me go ahead and give you the setup. The setup of this brain teaser is a keypad puzzle. The keypad is 1, 2, 3, first row, second row, 4, 5, 6, and third row, 7, 8, 9. Just like an old phone. And you want to think of the phone as a face. And with that in mind, there is a 4-digit code that you have to put in.
see if you can get the answer to that code. Without further ado, here are some of the hints that will give you the answer to this code in the form of a puzzle. Pure eyes, blue like glassy bead. You're always looking at me, and I'm always looking at you. Ah, you're too meek, beautiful, unspoiled. Thus I'm so sad I suffer, and so happy it hurts. I want to hurt you and destroy myself. What would you think if you knew how I felt? Would you simply smile and not even say a word? Even curses from your mouth would be as beautiful as pearls. I place my left hand on your face as though we were to kiss, then suddenly shove my thumb deep into your eye socket, abruptly, decisively, like drilling a hole. And what would it feel like? Like jelly? Trembling with ecstasy, I obscenely mix it around. I must taste your warm blood. How would you scream? Would you shriek? It hurts. It hurts. As cinnabar red tears stream from your crushed eye. You know it would be maddening hunger I've always felt amidst our kisses. So many of them I've lost count. As though drinking your cries would bring hopes to fruition. Biting your tongue, shredding it. Biting your lips as if tasting your lipstick. Oh, what an apothic height I would reach. Europhic heights, I'm sorry. Oh, what Europhic heights I would reach, having my desires fulfilled like a greedy, gluttonous cur. I long, too, for your cherry-tinted cheeks, tasty enough to bewitch my tongue. I would surely be healed and would cry like a child. And how is your tender ear? It brushes against my cheek. I want it to creep up so my lips, so eager I can sink my teeth into its flesh. Your left ear, always hearing words, whispered sweet as pie. I want to hear your true feelings, and I never lied. No, but I did have my secrets. Ah, but what must you think of me? Do you hate me? Are you afraid? As though inviting you to agony? As plays in, if you wish, you could destroy me, I wouldn't care. As you wish, you may destroy me, I wouldn't care. Alright, guys. That is the gauntlet put down for you. And through that little story, there is a numbers. And think of the keypad as a face is the only hint I can give you. Otherwise, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and you'll see that other half of this video and the answers coming soon. Pardon me. Could you give me some gray poupon? Alright, people. What's up? It's your boy Wings of Redemption bringing some of that grid domination. You know how I'm about to be doing it. I'm using that Spaz 12 with a silencer because not having the silencer is foolhardy. As you see out here, I'm too lazy to name custom classes. I have Ghost and Hacker and Sleight of Hand Pro on. None of the others are Pro. And I'm going to show you some big old camping tips since it's the end of the game and I'm willing to give them out now.
Some things I've noticed during my play of Black Ops is the ability of prone. Prone is an extremely powerful asset or tool which I did not fully utilize until Black Ops. And the main reason I didn't utilize it is because Black Ops was the first game where I could basically abuse the crap out of the staying off the UAV, because all the other Call of Duties before it had stopping power. So I started experimenting with the Ghost perk. Ghost is an extremely strong perk, and a lot of people overlook it. And since Assassin is going to be even stronger than Ghost, I pretty much have to put this out there at this point, because this is going to be something you might run up against in Modern Warfare 3. One of the big advantages you can have, especially if you're playing in a party like I am here, is you always have some sort of recon advantage on the other team. You either be it a spy plane, be it a Blackbird, you always can see the other team coming. So what you want to do, instead of actually facing people man to man, you want to kind of ambush people. As you'll see right here, I ambushed the entire game with a shotgun, and I end up raping face. Let's go ahead and fast forward to a little bit better of an ambush section. Here we go, fast forward. Ooh, look at the guy just running. It sounds like an old VCR. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, here we go. We're about to get back into it here in about 30 seconds or so. I end up picking up a FAMAS. The reason I picked up the FAMAS for long range encounters, and you see right here, I'm doing it kind of right here, and I get the shotgun mad. Ended up dying right there, but I pull out a 7-1. Alright, fresh set of kill streaks. Here we go. Blackbird's up. Watch, boom, pre-fire on that corner. Wait on him. Try to. I know. It's like, Wings, this is the tips you're using, Blackbird, but just imagine the Blackbird's not there. You can do the same thing with Ninja Pro or with the spy plane. He's got to predict him. Claymore goes down and eat him up. All right, I see he's shooting somebody. Eat him up. I'm using the counter spy plane here, trying to just to throw the people off. I find the counter spy plane does a real good job at messing up really bad players. Come out here and pick up another 2 quick ones. There we go. I'm using Sleight of Hand Pro mainly because I was doing the Magician thing here. You can use Steady Aim as well. That's what I normally use with the Spaz 12, especially if I'm going to be doing this, mainly because I do not need the fast reload in this kind of gameplay or this game style. That's why that's why not having Slider Brand and the second tier perks really going to hurt my channel too much in the upcoming days. And I stun myself because I'm a beast. But watch this. Perfect example. I knew he was coming. Waited on him. Go and drop the 2 shotgun shells in him. Now I'm trying to predict where they're coming from. There's a gunship up, so I know they're going to be pouring into my building. That's heads up play. Let's see. Alright, oh wow, they're spawning everywhere. So I know they're gonna push my buddy here, so it's gonna happen. I'm kinda waiting on them. I have no idea where they're at on the minimap. Waiting, so I went back prone. Nope. When you go prone, you wanna do it to the left or right of a door the hard way. Because when somebody comes into the door, they come into the door straight. And the first thing they do is they rotate around to check the corner. That gives you almost a full extra second of not being seen, because very few people walk into the thing side strafing, kind of like GoldenEye. And that's the reason you see me do that on the doors right here. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, this is very campy gameplay, you know, you cheat. But it doesn't matter. This is winning gameplay. Boom, I get my gunship right there. I'm going to pick him up with the secondary. And I go into the gunship. Let's go ahead and cut the gunship out, though. Some big benefits for using, like a shotgun especially, for using prone and using this type scenario. One, your hip fire increases dramatically, and when your hip fire increases on a shotgun, what ends up happening is your one-shot kill increases dramatically. Everything from the Olympia to the HS-10 killing power increases at least 30% when you're in the prone position. So prone next to a door with Ghost is a really good strategy for that. Another thing is if you're using a fully automatic weapon such as an LMG or an assault rifle, going prone decreases the recoil on those as well, hip fire and ADS. So that's generally you'll beat somebody, but it's best to hip fire on this doorway scenario. You see me right here using the strategy again. Boom, just destroying them. This is a very annoying tactic for anybody. Like here, I end up stunning this guy and he gets cleaned up, but whatever, Cheddar. All right. Oh, I think I fuck up here. Oh, never mind. No, I don't. Get it in there. Going up and around again. I think right up here, I pretty much that one shotgun shell I got left. I end up killing somebody with. It's cool. You'll see it. But this might be a newbie tactic or something that you might have thought of. But this right here, if you just initiate some of this into your play, or especially when you're playing and you know that they don't have a UAV up, this right here will get you a lot of good free cheap kills. Let's do this. Oh, get you. You want to slip his buddy here? Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Boop. Gotcha. But just try it out. Tell me how it makes your gameplay change. I bet you money you'll pull bigger KD games just doing this. You don't even need Ghost, but Ghost is the best perk to do this with. It's another reason why I consider Ghost one of the strongest perks on the game. Because of that. Because of just that element of surprise. There's even a contract that you can... What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you a little update. Well, here's the story, or here's the deal. I went and tried to log on to my Xbox Live account last night, and it popped up, said my account was suspended due to payment options. Well, I switched my cards around and made sure all the information was right, re-entered my verification code, and I was still under suspension for payment options. So I was like, great, time to call in to and talk to maybe some fine Indian people ready to help me with some tech support. So I give them a call, and I actually get an American person, and what ended up happening is somebody ended up calling in and saying they were me and getting all my information correctly, and pretty much said they wanted to put a hold on my account because he thought that somebody was messing with his scores and stats. So what ended up happening is my account's under investigation right now for hacking. So I do not have access to unlimited UAV, and I won't have access to unlimited UAV till probably mid-November. So what that means is I have to basically buy another Xbox Live Gold account to play Battlefield 3 and Modern Warfare, and so I made this account. And since it's not quite Battlefield time yet, this is my account called Define Boss. DEFINEBOSSS. Two S's, like the word boss. It's just something I made up real quick last night because all the good names were taken, like Honey Badger and stuff like that. So this is the account I'll probably be playing Battlefield 3 on, and after I get my unlimited UAV account, I'll probably switch back to that and just use this as a secondary account. But it's like, wow, that's really what's happening. There we go, get him. But right now I'm adding people on this account, and probably during this video there will probably be at least 30 slots left. I almost can guarantee it'll be 30 slots left because I'm going to make sure that happens. And I'm playing mainly Modern Warfare 2, so this is the kind of gameplay you're going to be seeing, and I'm trying to go full out on the campiness. And not so much as this, but I think a lot of people don't understand where my channel is coming from. YouTube has become so driven on trying to impress people with gameplay, you kind of lose sight of what the channel actually was at the start when you started it. This channel is designed to help players do better at games. And the people that need help at games aren't the people that can sit there and bitch about Ghosts. It's the people that, generally use Ghosts and use it ineffectively. It's the players that, will put on the new tube because they don't understand what's the best situation to use the new tube in. When is it better to noob tube, and when is it better to use your weapon? What kill streaks is best suited for my gameplay? These kind of things, these little subtle things, are what makes a player better. And if you remember back in the day, I created an account called Space Orange. That's on my PS3. And Space Orange is pretty much my KD account. And what I usually do on Space Orange is I break the gameplay down considerably, and people enjoy watching Space Orange because why? It's something they can mimic. You see somebody like Fear Crads or Sandy Ravage or Ronaldinho do this really, really fast-paced super style, which is fun to watch. It is, but it's hard to mimic. You can go on and play for 2 hours doing what they're doing, studying their videos, and you can't mimic it to the T. Obviously some people can, but if you can mimic to a T on the thing, you're not a bad player to begin with. So what I try to do is I try to set up styles that somebody can easily come on my channel. do it and get the same results. Like, I'm not doing nothing spectacular here. You know what I'm doing? I'm head glitching the crap out of people in this area. Let me tell you why I'm using this area, the station. If you look on the minimap right now, all the people are behind the junkyard house here. This big right open area is wide open. So if I was on the enemy team and I knew everybody was behind the junkyard house or the main concentration of people, I try to flank around. What am I here to do? I'm here to stop the flank. And that's what I'm exactly doing. There we go, boom. Stopping the flank. Very simple, very easy. Anybody can do it. But you got to take advantage of certain aspects, and you'll see almost all my strats using always head glitch to the full maximum amount. If you can foresee somebody coming, always go prone and head glitch, like I just did right there on that guy. I seen him shoot the guy, so I went down immediately, and I used a heal as I sent my head glitch. All right, I see the predator missile coming. Boom! I get out the way. I predicted that he would come for me, and what ended up doing is saving my streak. KD is not something that really matters. It's not. KD is more of like a personal goal, a personal best, those kind of things. It's just like ERA. I had a discussion with a guy named Lefty643 on Ernest Lee's stream, and he had a very good point. ERA is pretty much meaningless. A guy with a 5 ERA that pitches in a stronger league could be just as good as a guy with a 2 ERA that pitches in a weaker league, and that's 100% true. But on the flip side of that, when you're recruiting people, ERA is more consistent. If you were a coach and you had the heart of their lineup coming up, would you put in the guy with the 1 KD to set up against their heavy hitter, the 5 ERA to set up against their heavy hitters, or the guy with the 2? I mean, there's certain scenarios, and that's all KD is. It's a level of efficiency that you play at. That's why I usually say anybody with like a 2 or a 3 combined. And what a 2 or 3 combined is generally, if your win-loss and your KD adds up to 2 or 3. I usually mean 4 for 3. So you have like a 1.5 KD, 1.5 win-loss. You're a strong all-around player. You have some mistakes in your game, but even I do. Like, I'm a consistent 3.5 KD player, and I know exactly what my mistakes are. And I usually it's just unfun for me to actually correct those mistakes because it slows my game down considerably. And it's fun going for KD from time to time to see how well you can do it. But at the end of the day, you have to sit there and put yourself in gunfighting situations. And that's also part of the game. Also, because as much as you want to camp, every now and then you have to push up. So these are the things I work on continually. Like you see this push up right here. I'm thinking about how I'm pushing up. I'm thinking about how their team would spread out. I'm thinking about how my team usually spreads out in their situation on the map. There's a lot of variables that you can think about while you're actually doing this. And it's fun. Like right here's a mess up on my part, but luckily he wasn't looking at me. Ended up getting a nice easy kill. And all at the end of the day, it is fun. And for those of you that wonder where the first 70 slots went to, follow me on Facebook. Usually I give Facebook guys first dibs on videos, first dibs on anything, and that's the only way you can usually play with me on the Xbox. So if you haven't followed me on Facebook, go ahead. 24-2 with the setups to kill streaks level 8. It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm out. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm back and I'm bringing you a little gameplay with the RPK. My perks are Flak Checker, Harden, and Hacker. I have no reason. And I'm going to basically run down the RPK. The RPK is what I consider the worst gun in Black Ops. The reason being is it pretty much is the Uzi in every way, shape, or form, but slower run walk, worse hip fire, slower reload. What its main advantage though is over the Uzi is its damage. It's lack thereof damage based off LMGs, but it's ammo count and it has no fall off damage whatsoever. I think it does 35 to be perfectly honest. And by all means, it should be a 3-shot kill at any distance, but it doesn't seem to work out that way. Sometimes it's a 4-shot kill, so it might have even less damage than that. I don't know. The best way to use this thing is you gotta really, really be subtle with the trigger, and you gotta pretty much pop fire it, kind of like pop up, pop up, pop up, pop up. That's just the way it works. There's like no sequence with it.
You got to be really slow with the trigger, always letting the gun reset, like kind of like right here. Been very subtle with it. Be able to pick up 2 people right there. But all in all, it can be a pretty good gun, especially if you're holding an area down with flak jacket. It's not one of those guns that you're gonna go ramboing around with, because even if you don't catch the guy, even if you catch the guy completely off guard, the recoil still might get away from you. I was playing with some guys on PS3, and we were joking that the first shot can be perfectly aimed, and you can pull the trigger and still be off target. Now that's just the way the gun. It has a vicious recoil on it, and the people that pretty much try to balance the LMGs didn't do that good of a job with them. LMG should have a couple ways LMG should work. That's the way the knife should work, come to think of it. LMGs should have low recoil, high magazines, but very low mobility. They should be almost like ACR-ish when you're pretty much prone, and to the point of like Scar H on Modern Warfare 2 from the hip. Nothing should be able to beat them in a head glitching spot. But their hip fire should be that of a sniper rifle. They should have horrible, atrocious hip fire, and their movement should be nerfed even more. And they should have longer reload times to make up for their just dominance over, stationary positions. Basically, what they would be is excellent camping tools. I should have reloaded right here, but I didn't get a chance to do it. But if you guys looked at my latest video, Ghost Prone, that's a Ghost Prone tip right there. See how I waited on them with the pistols? Yeah, that's the way they should do the LMGs. But I also spoke about the knife. The knife's something that's always bothered me in Call of Duty. You know what sucks worse than, pretty much barreling down bullets in an RPK to see a guy, magically sprint through them and just stab you right in the face? It sucks. Everybody hates it, except for the person that does it. In my opinion, here's how you fix the knife. A lot of people say take a system kind of like Halo, where you can assassinate somebody, or you put 2 in the front, and you still get the and you can still pretty much get the kill. Well, I look at it this way: why doesn't the knife do the same amount of damage as you currently have health? Kind of like the old Final Fantasy things. There's Matera that you can switch your health with your magic power. Well, I don't know where that's from. But look here, if you have 100 health, your knife will instantly kill someone else. But as soon as you take damage, like say you charge somebody and you're going through his bullets, and he drops you to 50 health and you knife him, you've done 50 damage to that guy. He's still alive. You have to knife him again, maybe even a third time if he continually shoots you. This stops the momentum, or mimics stopping momentum on like on a grander stage, and this stops that panic knife altogether. The lunge can be added. You could have a fucking commando lunge, as far as I care, because as long as the shots get on a guy, it's not going to affect him as much, and knife goes back to be a last resort stealth weapon and not something that magically happens. What do you guys think? What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you a little commentary here with the Kimbo Skorpions, or the dual wield Skorpions. And yeah, it's going to give you an update on the Xbox thing. I figured out who actually pretty much took my Xbox. His name's Michael DeVos, or that's probably a fake name, but somehow they did it, and who knows. And for some reason, like, I created a secondary account, and it only gave me 3 days of gold. I ended up actually buying a month of gold. It kind of tied me over until Unlimited UAV comes back, and and I can get my main account back. But that also leaves me with the decision of how am I going to play Modern Warfare 3. Obviously, the most obvious choice is to play it on the PS3. But the PS3 has that one downside that the Xbox doesn't have. And the downside of the PS3 is you can't invite players to game. And what I mean by invite players to game is people that are not on your friends list. And that for me, that's a kind of a biggie. It's not so much for most people that normally play the games, but it means that there's always a full friends list or full party right around the corner for me. And I enjoy that a lot. So it's kind of like a battle between, do I want the controller better, or do I want, always full party? Which, I don't know. Which one would you guys usually pick? I've been playing with the dual Skorpions a lot lately, and I've been having a pretty good time with them.
I don't see how they get such a bad rap for being a bad weapon. This is not the most stellar or outstanding gameplay with them. It's just something that I thought was pretty cool, since most of the kills I get here was with the dual Skorpions. And I kind of initiate some of that ghost prone you've seen into it, just like you've seen in the last derail game. I'm kind of pointing it out when I'm pointing out strategies that I give you, because I got a couple more I'm going to give you as well. This guy right here, I don't know how he sees me coming. I might have had a UAV up, who knows. I forgot what I was saying. I don't see how they get such a bad rap for being a bad weapon. They're actually the best attachment for the Skorpion, at least in my opinion. It's either this or rapid fire, and rapid fire is not really that good unless you warlord it with the grip, and then you just have a really slow reload 20 round weapon. But look at that, boom! Look at it, just sniped him. I'm using sleight of hand because a lot of people like to use steady aim. I know mainly because Xcal uses steady aim. But I like sleight of hand a little bit better with scavenger, so I can just basically use them as like a shotgun. That's the way I pretty much use them as. Like a shotgun that takes a little bit while longer to kill, but a little bit more forgiving on the accuracy. See this guy coming on the thing? Oop, time to lay down. I don't even have ghost on in this part, but he passes up. But it just kind of shows you how that works. Alright, guy walking in front of me. Time to come over here and bust his ass. Didn't quite get him. Now I'm running low on ammo. For some reason this thing didn't want to reload. Look at that. Didn't reload that time either. Tried it again. Nope. Won't reload. It's like fuck it. Now it reloads. That's one thing bad about akimbo weapons. Pick him up. Yes, are we doing it? Time to jump! Boom, 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 boom. Well, I got the 15 feet fall as well. But yeah, it's just like, use them just like shotguns. They're actually better than the shotguns in my opinion. They're better than the Spaz, but the Spaz has a little bit more longevity in it. Like, for example, Spaz, you can be able to easily kill 2 or 3 people, where if you kill 3 people with these, you're pretty much lucking out. And now the Blackbird's up, and once the Blackbird goes up, you pretty much can just ambush people all day, every day, player. I want to do a dual comm with somebody, but who should I do a dual commentary with? I don't want it to be somebody that's well known. I want you guys go out and find a small channel that you feel is dual comm worthy, and whoever gets the most thumbs up in the video in the description below, I will do a dual comm with you tomorrow, and I will put it on, and it will be my main rotation video for the entire day. I'm not going to promise you thousands upon thousands of subs. Hell, I haven't a hard enough time getting my videos viewed. But I can promise you, a little exposure, and have, a few hundred more people see you that might normally wouldn't have seen you. So it's worth it to do in a business sense. What kind of gameplay do you guys want to see as well? Can you give me like a weapon setup, or in a certain style or game mode? Would you like, for example, Akimbo Skorpions headquarters? Or would you like to see Olympia Demolition? Give me something like that. The weapon and stuff. And try not to be somewhat retarded stupid. I mean, using something like the HS-10 dual wield is fine. But using something like the HS-10 single with like fucking scout, that's retarded. And it's just annoying. But what I'll end up doing, I'll take 2 or 3 weapon choices, and I'll pretty much do one game with each and see what comes up. And I might actually do one of those random weapon editors as well. But this game's going and winding down. I think I finished 3rd on the team, but we pretty much all did really well. And look at it, I pick up the Skorpion rapid fire, beast it on. That's what I'm talking about, son. Final score 18-3 at a 25-10. It's been your boy Unlimited UAV, or your boy Wings of Redemption, whatever you want to call me. Peace, mugs. What's up, Pimps and Pimps? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you M16 gameplay on Array, because Array is a long range map, and I like to shoot poop, 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 poop. Ooh, rocket. Oh man, I just did a video called Dual Skorpions, and a lot of people, well, it's a little unfair the way I had it set up. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to pretty much do the 4 big guys that actually came through, and I'm going to have you guys vote on them. What's going to end up happening, I'm just going to say all their name in the comment section of this video, and whoever wants to vote for that person
thumb up the comment with the name you want to vote for. The 4 attendants is Samwall, Dysfunction, Rusty Mazda Gaming, and Overflow. And it was a really close race. It was kind of hard to judge based off my last video, mainly because people were putting comments as spam and deleting over other people's comments, and it was really unfair for everybody participating. And you know, so even to this point, I'm probably going to do something for all 4 of these guys, since all 4 of these guys pretty much had a pretty big popular following and had the strive to actually go out of their way to get things done. So yeah, but what I'm going to do is I'll probably end up dual comming this week with all 4 of these guys, and basically the voting status is which one you want to see first, which, like, order priority. And if you can, in the comment section, put what gameplay you would like to see these guys produce for you, or would you rather see it over my gameplay? It doesn't matter, either or. It's always good fun in games. Love it. You know, it's kind of funny that I always end up picking up the FAMAS. It's kind of like the MP40 from World at War. It's kind of funny how Treyarch games always end up that way. Infinity War games usually have better weapon balance, but Treyarch games has more usable weapons overall. But there's always that one weapon that's just retardedly like, what the hell were you thinking? And the FAMAS seems to fall into that category of what the hell were you thinking. Not so much as the MP40. Everybody remembers the MP40, right? For those who didn't play World of War, the MP40 was a submachine gun that pretty much was the UMP-45 of its day. It was a 2-shot kill without stopping power, and most rifles were 2 shots only with stopping power. It had a 32-round magazine to begin with, and then it had a thing called dual mags, which, you know, in this game, dual mags means something different. But it basically was extended mags, and it doubled the clip size to 64 rounds. Keep in mind that stuff like the MG42 only had like a 50-round clip, and it was it was actually a heavy machine gun. And it's like, wow. But it had fastest hit wall. It had super hip fire. Like the kit setup in that was bomb squad, steady aim, and juggernaut. Because you didn't really need stopping power. The extra help was way more valuable than anything else. Ooh, get murked on, kid. Level 18. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I made a promise I was gonna get to 14th prestige on both consoles. So I'm at 13th prestige on the PS3, and I've been grinding hard. I'm gonna be grinding all day today on PS3. This is what I'm gonna be able to do. So, MP40, way overpowered, outclassed every gun in the game. I think back in the day, before I was even famous, I met JD 2020 in like a subscriber play-in meet, and I asked him, like, what were you guys thinking? You got the M1 Garand. It's a 2-shot kill with a shot limiter, has 8 rounds, has a slow reload. Then you have the MP40 with a 2-shot kill, 1-shot headshot, which the M1 Garand didn't even have. Like, what was the purpose of picking the Garand over the MP40? There's pretty much no reason or difference, because they both can shoot pretty much the same distance and skill at the same rate. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. You see me right here, ass pounding with the chopper gunner, and it makes me wonder if something like the chopper. What's going to be the chopper gunner in Modern Warfare 3? Is it going to be the Osprey gunner? Is it going to be AC-130? Is it going to be Juggernaut? Juggernaut's going to be a bitch. You keep up with me, because that Juggernaut commentary is going to be coming up, and I'm just going to have my fears put out there about the Juggernaut kill streak. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm back, and I'm bringing you a gameplay commentary on Modern Warfare 2. And we're doing it on Rust with a Scar H silenced. And I know I've used this gun a lot in my last 3 Modern Warfare commentaries, but I'm kind of on a kick right now, and the Scar is that kick. Really enjoying the gun, really fun to use. Alright, what I want to talk about this commentary is a movie I just watched. It's from the Masters of Horror series. If people don't know what the Masters of Horror series is, it's a series that Showtime used to put up. I don't know if they still do it, where they get popular directors such as Tobe Hooper and, you know, like George Romero and stuff, and they have them do an hour-long short movie. And it's usually based on whatever. They have a budget and a set amount of time to do it. The one I watched today was Tobe Hooper's That Damn Thing. And this movie has holes in it the size of a porn star. It is retarded. And let me go and say there's going to be spoilers ahead. Most of you don't want to watch this movie anyway, so it doesn't matter. The Damn Thing starts out with a really, really cool opening scene of a boy running from his father who is trying to kill him. Toward the end of the scene, the father gets disemboweled by an invisible creature. keep that in mind. Alright, fast forward 24 years. The movie does what every crappy horror movie does. It introduces one-dimensional characters that soon fall to their death in a breakneck pace because the movie can only be an hour long. And to prove this, one of the scenes in the movie it jumps to a guy that's hitting himself in the head with a hammer that we never even fucking met before. Why do I care about this guy dying? It proves nothing towards the story. It's just like an extra scene of gore they decided to add into the movie. How could they justify all this gore effects on somebody that didn't even be in the film? Well, basically you have a journalist come by and tell you something about another town that drilled for oil and they uncovered like this ancient evil, and it killed them off. And I guess it's the same ancient evil that drove his father to try to kill everybody else, but everybody else in the movie were killing themselves, which doesn't make sense. See, from at this point in the movie, my interpretation was the monster's presence would make you either go into a murderous rage. Well, not even that. The first thing, the monster was making his father kill the thing, and then the rest of the movie, the people kill themselves when they come into contact with it or other people around them. It's hard to explain. That's why it's a dumb movie. Because you either kill somebody or you kill yourself. One of the two. You kill anything. It's kind of like fucking M. Night Shyamalan's fucking... What was that name? Happening. The Happening. Let me go ahead and say, at the end of the movie, it turns out there's this big oil monster. It's like, big oil. And it makes me wonder, like, if you get a crappy CGI big oil monster killing the sheriff off at the end of the movie... Why didn't we see him when he was disemboweling his father at the beginning of the movie? Did he decide to make him visible? Did he have his cloak on? What was going on with the guys in this movie? They need to quit making horror movies based off short stories. They usually come off bad, and they all are really, really dull. The last good short story horror movie that I seen was written by Stephen King, and it was 1408. This movie is horrible. But if you want to see the horribleness, you can see it on Netflix. It's called The Damned Thing. Toby Hooper, Texas Chainsaw Massacre might have been a fluke. But I don't know. Poltergeist was pretty good.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm gonna do another movie tutorial. Well, not tutorial. I'm sorry. It's oh wow, hold on, that's loud. Let me turn this down. I'm doing another commentary about movies in general. I love the revenge movies. I do. I love them. It's just you get the feeling, a sense of pain, and you kind of relate to the person. I mean, even then, the good revenge movies, you'll feel that sense of, like, you know, you don't want to see his family go, and all of a sudden it happens, and it's like. It's like, wow. And then you want to see the guy die at the end. It's such a good feeling. It's a really... It's a movie that's been done a lot, but it has a lot of iconic movies that pretty much into them. A lot of the really good movies that I like have this kind of revenge aspect to it, because revenge is like one of the sweetest things ever. And I'm going to go ahead and take you down a toll of a couple that I really like. Anybody's father, you obviously will know most of these. And let's go ahead and name the first one. The first one is Taxi Driver. Taxi Driver stars Robert De Niro, and it was made, I think, in the 70s. I'm unsure. And it's about a taxi driver in New York that basically, I'm saying basically too much, who sees an underage girl being pimped out. And that right there is the setup once again. Taxi Driver is a great movie, and the only reason I'm mentioning it, because most people will probably have already seen it, is because another movie on my list takes a lot from Taxi Driver. And so if you're going to watch one of them, you might as well watch them both. And obviously there's the Death Wish series. Pretty much Charles Bronson's whole career was made off revenge flicks. You know, 10 to Midnight, Messenger of Death, What Evil Men Do, you know, Death Wish 1 through 5. His whole career was pretty much made from this genre of movies, and he does it well. They remake a lot of his movies, like they remade The Mechanic. That's another movie that Charles Bronson pretty much laid the foundation for. Jason Statham is pretty much reliving Charles Bronson's career. He's like Charles Bronson reincarnate, but with fighting skills. Charles Bronson didn't need fighting skills. Him lacking fighting skills is what made him such of a man. And it was, I really love Charles Bronson. Like, if you find me on Facebook, I'm almost always like tweeting out like pictures of the Death Wish series. And then the last one I want to talk about is, well, not the last one. There's another one too. Is Death Sentence. And this is the movie I was talking about that took a lot of cues from Taxi Driver. And when you first watch it, you probably won't see it, but like, just like Travis Bickle's character in Taxi Driver shaved his head, Kevin Bacon's character in Death Sentence ends up having to shave his head. Fingers get shot off in both of them. It's very graphic. Death Sentence is probably one of the best revenge movies done. A lot of people might disagree with me on this, but you got to go ahead and hear me out. The reason I say it's one of the best done is because it's the one I felt the most emotional about. The main character is not as good as some of the other main characters, especially like Mandy from Death Wish 3. I'm talking about the evil villains themselves. But just the raw emotion you get throughout the film and the iconic scenes that happen, Death Sentence is got that all the way. You feel the pain of this guy, of his loss of his son. You feel the pain when he loses the rest of his family. You feel the pain when he has to pretty much go to court by himself because nobody feeds him. You feel the pain when the guy gets off of killing his son because it's in circumstantial evidence. All this just buys into it. Death Sentence is a movie that you need to watch if you haven't seen it. Even if you disagree with me, watch it again and just think about it when it plays on. And that brings me to the question I want to leave you guys with. I was thinking about this in the bathtub the other day, and like, what is the most badass, iconic scene you've ever seen in a movie? Mine comes from a revenge movie, but a kind of an odd one. It's Open Range. Kevin Costner, Robert Duvall, came out in 2002-03. It's about cowboys, but in the movie, they line up against 5 or 7 men versus 2. And he walks up to the guy and goes, "Did you kill my friend?" He goes, "Yep." And he did. That's all he says. He just pulls his pistol and blows his head off right there in front of 6 other people that are ready to shoot him. Very iconic scene. Very cool movie. Guys should check him out if you haven't seen him. What's up, hater daters? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm bringing you a little M4 blinged out gameplay here on Invasion, doing that Modern Warfare 2 thing. And today I'm going to talk about something else. It's kind of like a list. I know I've been doing these videos to death, but you know, it kind of gets you. It kind of been doing in the reminiscing thing. The greatest storylines in video games that you've played. Obviously, these are probably going to be very limited, especially for the people that are a little bit younger. But it's cool. It's kind of cool to understand different things. And I'm going to go ahead and go through 2 of them, maybe 3. And they're going to be kind of cliche, and I'm going to talk about them. First one is the big one. The one you got to talk about, and that's Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII was one of those games that you kind of played as a child, and the magic just took you over. And it was Final Fantasy's big leap from 2D to a 3D type game. And in its day, on the PlayStation 1, it was graphically beautiful. For those who know, Final Fantasy VII actually started out to be a Nintendo 64 game. But the fact is, the 64 did not switch to CD, so it could not accommodate what Squaresoft wanted to do at the time, which they're known now as Square Enix. So they basically backed out and went with Sony's platform. And one of the side effects about that is Sony actually was going to work with Nintendo on their new console, but instead decided to make their own. Kind of funny how that kind of fell apart to create this wonderful game. And it's factually a wonderful game. The reason being, it just took so many elements that were unaware. It took like this, almost like what did they call that? Neo-noir, techno-noir kind of aspect of like this machine-based city, almost like they've ripped it right out of the Matrix. Well, the Matrix hadn't even invented at the time, where companies were using machines to suck the lifeblood out of the earth. Hint, hint, kind of like oil. And they were basically rebels that were against it. Oh, you notice a video cut right here. Basically, I was stuck with that Magnum for a while. I didn't die. I didn't get no kills till I found this gun. So I just cut that right out of the video just to kind of make it a more reasonable length. But it kind of gets caught between a love triangle between Ares and Tifa, and you kind of realize that somewhere down the line that Cloud isn't what he thought he is as well. Cloud's actually a real underdog toward the end of the story instead of this badass, genetically engineered soldier that you think through most of the game. And it turns out these neocon and misfits actually end up fighting for the planet. And when I beat the game the first time, it kind of I didn't understand the ending at all. I noticed that the meteor hit Midgar, and Holy failed to stop it, and then the live stream itself protected it. I know now that I know this, that Earth protected itself from the meteor, and it had nothing to do with what they could do. There's nothing that they could do to kill the planet. That's what I took the ending as. It might be different from what somebody else might take the ending as. Watch me run out bullets right here. But very good storyline. And another game that I want to talk about storyline-wise, which a lot of me are going to disagree with this, in my opinion, Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age 2 had nothing on Dragon Age Origins. The gameplay might be a little more smooth, mainly because of the updated hardware and such. But Dragon Age Origins storyline was 100% immaculate. You have a nobody come. Well, sometimes it differs depending on what you pick. You can be a somebody and have your family killed, or you can be a nobody coming out of the underworlds of Orzammar, and you rise up to be this great leader, this great hero of Ferelden. And that isn't all it is. What it is the storyline with Morgana. There's multiple times in the story that you actually care about the people. They kind of created this love aspect in the game where you have relationships to the point, and it's so enticing and so enthralling. They failed to capture this again in Dragon Age 2. The romantic triangles in between your main character and all the female leads or the male leads, and how they affect the overall storyline. But if you actually play Witch Hunt, you kind of feel like there's parts of the story you feel like you yearn for the character. It actually gets your emotions into the game, and that's the sign of a great game making. And they just didn't really do that with Dragon Age 2. Dragon Age 2 felt more like a cash-in. Even though it's a good game, it's no Dragon Age Origins. But that's just my opinion. Peace, people. What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you another commentary here on Wasteland. This is with the Scar H, and this is a Nuke gameplay, but it's kind of got a little odd circumstances here, and so it's a little bit of a strange Nuke. But I brought my girlfriend here today. Her name is Shalene. Say hi.
Hello.
Talk a little louder for Shalene.
Hello.
Okay. Shalene is going with me tonight with Battlefield 3. This is her second kind of like deal going through and getting the copy on the midnight release. Our first one was the Gears of War 3. Can you kind of explain to us how the Gears of War 3 went over with you?
I was the only girlfriend there. I was only the only girl too, other than this man bringing his mother. Probably because he didn't have a car, but that's here nor there.
I can't help if a 40-year-old man brings his mother. Yeah, but this guy was like a 40-year-old man. He had like this bald spot and like the flock of seagulls haircut. It was very, very sexy. I'm surprised he didn't have a girlfriend to bring with him. Well, you don't like the overweight guy that's like 40 that brings his mama?
No, I'm good.
I was scared I was gonna lose you. I had to hold you a little extra tight there.
Yeah, right. But they couldn't believe that someone had a girlfriend and brought their girlfriend.
Yeah, it had a lot of people staring at you, didn't they?
Especially the three in front of us.
Oh yeah, always makes you wonder. But let's see what else is going on in life today. We have Riley Dog getting his.
Say hi, Riley.
Ooh, hi, Riley. He's getting his huevos mushed up.
Well, he has to. We have a girl dog, and I don't want her getting puppified.
Puppified.
Huh.
Probably gonna hit the wagon. Gonna ride the snake, the funky train.
Bat dog.
Riley is such a good dog, but he likes to get into trouble. Like last night, she was like tweezing my back because I get like these pimples and stuff on my back, and Riley decides to start eating the toilet paper.
It was paper towels.
Oh, paper towels.
And the only reason I was helping you is because you had a thing on your back and it was bleeding.
Yeah. Oh.
Erase this.
Why?
In the Waffle House?
You talking about the Waffle House?
The Waffle House.
Waffle House. We went to the Waffle House the other day, and there was this like 40-year-old man, and he was talking about running a guild, and not any guild. He's not talking about running like a Masonry guild or like the Lions Guild. He's talking about his World of Warcraft guild, and he's talking like he is the dog of the walk, the big dog. And his mother had no clue what he was talking about.
Mind you, this is like a 40, 50-year-old man, so his mother's like 80 or
80
90.
or 90, you know. Hopefully the Alzheimer's was kicking in so she wouldn't have to relive this scenario in the Waffle House, because he was talking about raiding and the whole nine. He was deep into it. I'm pretty sure like that Waffle House trip was like his first trip into the sun in like 6 months.
Poor woman had no idea what he was talking about, because you have to remember, 80 to 90-year-old adults, they didn't have video games. They don't know about video games.
It's kind of
mostly
unfair,
guaranteed.
They kind of went through the period where they came out. I'm pretty sure they remember Atari, then Nintendo, the whole nine.
Vaguely, but nothing like to these standards that they are now.
It's kind of like saying like we don't know what the iPhone is because we were young when it came out.
I know what the iPhone is. I wasn't that young when it came out.
Yeah, but like look at it this way: like when we're 50 and like a new computer comes out, you don't think we're going to get it?
Well, I mean, yeah, but we're different now from the elderly adults now. They didn't really have all that stuff because the computers didn't really come out until I was born.
Yeah,
and that was only 30 years ago. So you've got to remember, like, yeah, they might know that they were coming, but they haven't played them like in depth like you have or your fans have or stuff like that.
Oh, well, so you're trying to say they're like Miss Mary up at where you used to work at?
Yeah, she knows it's there, but she doesn't do anything
she wears
with
it like a badge.
She knows
like,
nothing about it.
I don't know about them stinking computers, them computers. I'm glad I don't have them.
Yeah, she knows it's there, but she doesn't know anything about the programs for it or anything like that.
I wonder why people wear it like a badge, like they know nothing about the computer. People like that's an honor system. It's like, yeah, I don't speak the French language. Okay. I'll never speak the French language.
That's because they're older and they grew up a different way than we did. So they're more set in their ways.
They're hating their heart.
And they figure, this is what they figure. We've gotten along this far without it. I've got this. They figure they've got this much longer to go. Why bother?
Quick question.
If
you had to wash a puppy, what would you wash a puppy with right now?
If I had to what?
Wash a puppy.
Okay. What would I wash the puppy with?
Yes.
Baby shampoo.
That's it. That's what you guys wanted to hear. Baby shampoo for all you people went out there and asked. Alright, but the nuke's about to happen right here. I'm getting into the point where I was like, mine. And some people requested a tactical nuke, so I went out and got one for you. We're going to be at the Battlefield 3 launch here in Conway if you guys want to come out and check it out, or anybody's in the area. Hopefully it's not a smorgasbord of like old men and young boys with their mothers again. It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm out. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back, and I'm bringing you not Call of Duty. This is Battlefield 3. Some Battlefield 3 gameplay, and I just want to kind of show off how cool this game is if you're actually using teamwork. I'm using the support kit. My buddy Splasher's using the medic kit, and my buddy CC is using the recon kit. Well, he has the engineer kit on, but if you look on the mini map, you'll see a beacon and a motion sensor. Both of those are his. So he's basically helping us out here, and you'll see the people flash on and off the mini map down there, and that motion sensor is really helpful in that pretty much in that aspect. Just watch it, and we just sit here and we work our way through C. It's going to look like we're camping a little bit here, but the fact is we're just trying to weed them out and trying to deter them into the point where they actually go to another way from the alleyway. As soon as they move away, we move up and capture the flag, and it just shows you how superior teamwork wins in Battlefield. and teamwork is needed. This is not a game that you can lone wolf in it at all. If you try to lone wolf in this game, something like a tank is going to mess you up, because a tank takes 3 or 4 rockets to even get disabled, and it takes anywhere from 15 to almost 30 seconds to almost a full minute to kill a tank by yourself, and you only have enough rockets only to kill 1 tank. So without a guy walking with a support, 2 tanks right there is going to fuck you up. So you pretty much need your entire team to do successful in this. Some of the kit layouts I would like to address, and some of the tips also I'd like to give out as the first day tips. Semi-automatic fire is generally the way to go with the assault rifle and the carbines, mainly because on the outside, mainly because they've added a lot of recoil since the beta. The game feels a little different. There was a glitch in the beta where if you were running, bullets did extra damage, and thus it made it feel more Call of Duty-esque. Well, they've actually fixed that, so people take a lot more damage to put down now, as you see right there, just tearing into people's face with the saw. And what this causes is when you're using fully automatic fire and the recoil starts popping up, it makes it really easy for them to get away, especially since it might take anywhere upwards of 6 to 9 bullets to kill them. So it's best to use semi-automatic fire because you can get it down range faster and more accurately, and you can follow them easier. And it's easier just to pop, 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 pop. Oh, keep throwing grenades at me. But you're gonna see the move up here in just a second. Throw the grenade. I think I finished this guy off and make the move. There we go. Oh, I'm getting my health back right now.
Pick up the ammo.
Use the ammo. Always drop your ammo and your health, especially when you're running with your team. Tons of points can be had this way. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's make the move. Look at that. Just suppress the fire. Just keep putting fire on enemies. Ooh, I think I die right here. But it's all good. I end up spawning back in on the flag. You see I'm 26-3. There's not one person on the other team. That's just the way the servers have been kind of happening. See, right? Oh, I get revived, actually. I'm sorry. Get revived back in. Still good. 26-3. Get over here on the flag. And we have successfully taken the C flag. And now we have control of the game again. It's all about consistency. Putting yourself in a position to keep your teammates putting constant pressure on them instead of doing one-man army kind of things. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and if you like this video, give it a like, and more Battlefield videos to come.
Quake, 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 quake.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back and I'm bringing you a little gameplay here on the Xbox 360. And I'm doing Noshair's Canal video 2. This is the rest of the video. As you see right here, we're kind of losing, so I'm going ahead and going to take B. What I like to do is I like to take the most odd route possibly to the flag, because generally people will like to set up for you and wait on you, but they only do it in well-defined areas that a lot of people come from. So if your team's coming from a major area, always try to do the flank. And this right here is what I like to call a flank maneuver, using the boat to come back here to this thing. And I come here. Oh, and look at there. There's a sniper. Let's see if I can stab this hoe. Come here. Gotcha. Sweet. Alright, so my teammate spawns in on me. Now we got 2 people here to help me capture the B flag. Look up in the, I noticed this guy's shot. And he shot close to a window, so I thought he jumped out the window. So you're looking for me, looking for him. I'm like, nope. He's still up there chilling. Let's go up there and ruin his day. Let's go ahead and piss in his soup. M16, red dot, silencer. Eat it, son. Look, oh, this is how you got back here, huh? Let's go ahead and destroy this beacon. I heard a bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, there's a motion sensor. And we end up taking B, and we end up getting rid of all the recon annoyance stuff as well. Always listen out for beeps for recon or motion sensors. They can give you away, and they can obviously be attack insert. But that's how we took B. B was actually a really easy take, and as you notice now, we're going for the C flag. And this right here is pretty much going to seal the deal and triple cap them. See, they're coming from their spawn in the C at this point. It took me a while to kill him. Good lord. So I'm over here trying to support the C flag. A medic should be more support than it should be for assaulting. I know the class is called assault, but at the same time, it's more, the medics just got bigger roles. And you see right here, I'm gonna get wasted with the damn grenade. I'm not saying don't ever jump on flags, dude. I jump on flags all the time. I jumped on a lot of flags this game. You'll see at the end. You'll see at the end right here how much more points I was ahead of everybody else in the game. Jumping on flag is something I do. You can tell by my combat record. Oh, look at that! That somebody's grenade blew up that gas container. But this right here is the end of the game. Let's go ahead and see what was going on. As you see right here, we pretty much got them 100% spawn trapped. We're beating them 95 to 18. And all they can do is pull vehicles out of their spawn. Trying to get that guy down. If nothing else, put suppressive fire on him. There we go. The game's coming to an end right here in a minute. Really enjoying this Battlefield game. We look forward to a lot of videos. I'll probably put out probably 2 more today. Let's go in. Your team won. I'm actually holding down like a 18. No, I think it was a 6 KD ratio. 19-4, 6,000 sub points. Next person was 4,800. It's your boy Wings of Redemption.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm back and I'm bringing you a video that probably needs to be seen by DICE. So I'm putting it out there. Well, this obviously isn't it, but give it a second. I'm kind of just honing this little bird helicopter with the Strela missile, which is another thing that needs to be nerfed in the game. The Strela missiles are way too good, they're way too fast, and they got way too much range. Pretty much destroys any credibility of helicopter. But you see Chinese accidentally flips his tank trying to come off the ledge. So this is, you ever look at the top of the leaderboards and you see people with outrageous scores per minute, like, you know, in they like in a day's time they're like not almost max prestige and whatever. This is how you pretty much do it. This was a problem in the original Bad Company as well. Original Bad Company, you'd flip a Humvee or a tank or something, and the entire team would sit here and just keep repairing it. And you'll see right here quickly that I can do this until the cows come home, as long as nobody finds me. So what you do is you just flip a tank or a vehicle in your base. You can actually do it with actual vehicles already in base. And you just keep repairing and repairing and repairing it, and you just keep leveling up. It's a good way to get weapon unlocks, kit unlocks, or whatever. Pretty much all you got to do is just hold down one button. You can even sync it to that and just keep doing it between rounds. You can easily score 15 to 20,000 points a round if you don't get bored of doing this. And your friend who in the tank, he can just go AFK. But this right here probably needs to be fixed and patched. Some possible suggestions of it is to make the tank disintegrate faster if it's flipped on its head, or make it so that after a certain amount of time that the repair points will stop giving you repair points. As you see right here, I go right up to like 1,000. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm bringing you a gameplay where I'm playing by myself. I'm playing Conquest. People ask me for Rush gameplays. I don't really play Rush. A couple reasons why I don't play Rush. One, oh crap! one reason I don't play Rush is everything bottlenecks. And when you got a bottleneck, you're going to take a lot more really cheap deaths, and those cheap deaths really tick me off in the long run. So I'd rather play something where I can control it, and I don't have to really worry about people spawning around me at all times and have to infiltrate a spawn. I play Conquest because this is what I always played in Battlefield. And Conquest, you'll get a higher score per minute, you'll level up faster, and you'll take less deaths. So playing Rush, I don't really find it all that fun. Some people might. People that actually like to keep Rush around, for the most part, will probably enjoy Rush much more because you'll get those elite 3-man sprays. But you see right here, I took the LAV right on the top of the Grand Bazaar, and I come all the way around to the C flag or do the A flag. That's pretty much my opening route. This right here is just a regular old game. I think I go like a 2.5 KD on it, and that's a little lower than my norm. And the reason that is because somebody on my team actually pretty much hog the LAV all game. I like to get in vehicles whenever possible, and I like to hog them. As you'll see right here, I seen the guy running. I was hoping he'd come through here, so I'm gonna sit here and wait on him. Some people call this camping, but I'm just waiting on the kill to ambush him at this point because I figured out where he was. But see, it backfires on me right here, and I end up getting killed because he stopped and went all the way back around. And that guy right there is probably my nemesis for most of the game. He gets me almost every time because he's a level 20. He knows what the fuck's going on. So big props to Derek's for real. My favorite kit on this game is the support kit. And hold up, let me close. Kids are being loud. Favorite kit's the support kit. I don't have the M60 yet, but I like the M240 or the SAW the best out of the support guns, and those are the ones I use. A big pro tip right here on the support kit: the bipod can pretty much go down on almost anything, but it won't go down all the time for you straight out. Like most people are probably just holding the left button down and redoing it to get it to come out. If you double tap the L button or the left trigger, it will come out on pretty much anything that you're standing in front of in some venture or another. Very good tip. Another reason why I like the support kit is because it has C4, and this does not leave you vulnerable on the ground if you come up against tanks like the assault or the recon will do. So it's very beneficial to me. As you notice down my name, you'll see 2 arrows. If you see somebody with that beside the name, what that means is they have squad specializations on. And what's squad specialization? Like for me, I am level 27, and I have the sprint and ammo squad specializations unlinked. That means I give my perk to everybody in my squads. Right now, since I have ammo on my kit, so I'm giving everybody else faster run walk because I put it on, and that's what I'm running with my support kit. Faster run walk to allow me to get around, the alleyways and such as you'll see me running up here really fast. Taking the A flag. Alright, I have over almost a 600 score per minute, and I'm going to go and teach you people how that is and what a good score per minute is and what is the average score per minute. A Conquest player like me should average anywhere from 350 to 600 score per minute. Reason being is that if you capture a flag, which takes about 30 seconds, you get 450 points. If you do one of those every minute, you're going to have 450 points. If you get kills in between that, you're going to have like 500, 550, and it usually averages out how many kills you get in between those and like, squad respawns and stuff. Very easy to get a 5KD. Oh, give me a dog tag. I start being in this game really big, so it's very easy to get something like that. Some reason why I was playing this game, it didn't dawn on me that I had my C4, so I was kind of avoiding the LAV, mainly because I was playing Recon for so long, and I just switched back to my LMG class to do this video since it's by far my best class and my favorite to play. Oh, crap. Get him. Get down. M240. Love this gun. Love, 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 love this gun. But it's all great and grand. Got the what am I doing here? Well, what I'm doing here is just trying to pick off stragglers around C, trying to just stat pad the KD right here. I pretty much I'm too far away to run all the way back to A, and we're capturing it anyway. So I'm just gonna sit here and stat pad and let them bleed tickets. Oh, actually they captured A. So now I'm pushing up to actually take C.
and I end up getting clocked by El Jesse down there, hiding in the back with a sniper rifle. That Bunkston beast, the bush monster elite El Jesse. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to look for the LAV. Oh, I see the LAV is respawned. Boop. So I go back to the home base, go ahead and hop in the LAV. And wouldn't you know it, Jose's hopped in it too. And so I'm pretty much along for the ride here. And let's go ahead and fast forward this a little bit, because Jose cannot fucking drive to save his life. So let's go and go here. We end up capturing A again, and we end up going the long way around. Let's go and fast forward through it so you guys don't have to watch it again. Alright. I come up here. First thing I'm doing to look to the right is I know people like to hide in the marketplace. Looking for the marketplace. Boom, there, right there it is. Spraying them down, and I see that they have the LAV up as well. So I see we're losing since his LAV has the rocket launcher attached to it, so I'll go ahead and bump out. And I go up and around. I'm coming back through here, and the first thing that pops in my mind is my boy El Jesse. So I'm going to be looking for him. That's what I'm looking for right here. And right there he is. I find him. But I don't think at the time I realized I was shooting at El Jesse, and I was still looking for him back here. And also, when I shot my bullets, I don't have a suppressor on the M240 right now. And I probably don't put it on because I like the extended mag attachment. So I'm actually moving. Every time I take a shot, I end up moving. So I'm looking for El Jesse. I won't pick up this guy. I might think that this was him. Get a kill assist here, and oh, firing his gun off. Eat that M240B. Get the headshot. Go and pick up this guy as well. There we go. Light machine gun ribbon. And I'm gonna go ahead and wind this gameplay down right here. If you guys want to see the second part of this video, go ahead and give me 4,000 likes, and I'll go ahead and put the second part of this video up. If you have any requests, Conquest wise, because I don't really play Rush. Rush is not all Rush does is get me mad at the game and not want to play it. Mainly because it's all snipers and it's all really bad spawns. I much rather prefer something that I can control the spawn in, or have an idea of where the people are going to be coming from, because it leads to a lot more enjoyable gameplay. But it's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm out. Peace. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Wings of Redemption. I'm back and I'm bringing you some fine sniper gameplay here. Just a couple clips I had on a this is actually a losing effort on Operation Firestorm, but it went down to the wire. We lost by like 4 tickets, and it sucks because we lost A and C at the last minute, and we just pretty much got bled out. Most of our team wasn't really that good. You know how losses usually go. But I did some very, very fine recon work in this, and I was very proud of it. And gonna kind of talk about the gameplay, kind of not. Just kind of keep an eye on it, because it's pretty fun gameplay, especially if you like a lot of sniping. So I get my scout sniper all on and shit. But one thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about movies as a whole. And one thing that me and my girlfriend don't have in common is movies. For those of you who don't know, that I enjoy movies a lot. Movies are a big part of my life, and it's always been a big part of my life. Oh, look at this roundabout. This is sweet. Look, he sees my buddy. Come here. Gotcha. I look so stealthy and shit. But and I know I like to watch bad movies. The reason I like to watch bad movies is because I've seen all the mainstream stuff. You're like, you seen Transformers? Yeah, I've seen Transformers. You seen that new Scream? Yeah, I've seen that new Scream. But a lot of people don't go, have you seen The Dying God? Yes, I've seen Dying God. But you look for hidden gems, and I've found 3 or 4 hidden gems in my time, like The King of the Ants and Dead End, and movies such as that just have this appeal to them that it's like, whew, wow, this is a low budget movie. Oh, Blackwater is another one, come to think off the top of my head. It's just the ones I can name off the top of my head. And one of them I discovered recently was The Death of a Ghost Hunter. And I want to talk about The Death of a Ghost Hunter mainly because of the way it is. Death of the Ghost Hunter is a low budget film. That's what it is. But on the side effect of it, it does low budget right. It knows it's a low budget film, and it works with what it has instead of trying to overcome it with shitty CGI. Hint, hint, Sci-Fi Channel. The Sci-Fi Channel is very much well known for using really crappy CGI and slapping a movie together in like a 30-day period to put it on as a sci-fi movie of the week. It's ridiculous. I mean, they're good movies and all, don't get me wrong, but how many times can you put a big snake versus some other thing and you know, win $1 million? Just doesn't happen too often. But back to the Death of the Ghost Hunter. The reason they do it right is they don't go over the top on gore because they don't have the effects. They use a bunch of different angles on the shots. They use music effectively, even though that they have that really, really crappy, you know, grain, you know, I don't even know what to call that. It used to be called shot on shitio. You know, shot on video cassette. They used to have those big brick camcorders they would carry around, and they'd videotape everything. And you see one of these movies in the video store, they usually have this really obnoxious box art. And you'd be like, man, that's one of those shot on shitio videos. And you'd be disappointed. And you see the same thing here. Like you know, what's a couple shot on shitio DVDs that's been coming out recently? Plasterhead's one of them. Pretty much anything with Rain Brown has been shot on shitio. You know, Aunt Rose, these kind of movies that, you know, Sick is another one with the clown. These kind of movies that you pop in, it's like, whew, man, I really like the look of the movie bothers you, much less the bad acting. And the bad acting is horrible in some of these movies. And it kind of takes you to the point how low budget those things are, mainly because if you remember Troll 2, it actually had professional looking film on it. It just had a lot of bad acting. But Ghost Hunters is one of those movies, but it does it so effectively that I was actually getting to the point where I was getting really weirded out and creeped out. It was like, would you really go in this house by yourself? They do it well, they do it effectively. Even if you don't want to watch the entire movie, you should probably get Ghost Hunters, you know, the Death of a Ghost Hunter, a try. I ignored it for a long time, mainly because it says in the title, The Death of the Ghost Hunter, and I feel like it's going to be giving away the ending. And it's worth a movie regardless of what happens. And just to watch it. Very, very, very good movie. And then there's other things that's going on in our life, is like movies between me and my girlfriend. Me and my girlfriend have such different taste in movies, it is ridiculous. We can't even sit down and pick a movie out together because I love horror sci-fi. That's what I like. I mean, I'll watch war dramas, I'll watch a lot of other things, but my main two genres are horror sci-fi. If I sit down at the computer today and I go, I'm going to watch a Netflix movie, I'm going to go to the horror sci-fi genre. Because that's what's interesting, because it's something that can't happen every day. When I sit down, I do not want to watch a man and a woman fall in love. I want to watch an alien bust out somebody's chest. That's what I want to see. You know, I want to see space marines shooting space bugs. Because it's interesting. It gets me out of the loop. It's something I don't normally see. And it's... And in that way, an aspect, is fun, because ever since I was a child, I dreamed of being a warrior or a wizard, fighting the elves, you know, of Waterdeep, and poning the shit out of them. Because, you know, growing up fat sucked. It's because you weren't good at sports, you weren't real popular, and in your mind, you wanted to be something greater than you actually were. And that's where the escape come from. That's where movies became escape. There was even a movie tagline for the motion picture industry for a while, you know, escape to the movies. Because that's exactly what it is. And look at me working the shit out of this pistol. So when we sit down together, she likes rom-coms, just like most females. They like romantic comedies where the boy gets the girl finds something odd about the boy, then she hates the boy, then she comes back to realize that she loves the boy. Then they have some big scene at the end, and they all kiss, and they do crappy ass one-liner jokes. Usually stars Adam Sandler or Seth Rogen. Piece of shit, dog shit movies. You know, you might disagree with me on this, but that doesn't matter. That's where we're different, and that's what makes us human. That you can disagree with me on things like this. I personally don't like romantic comedies. Somebody else might. But back to the truth. That Death of the Ghost Hunter is the last movie I've been watching recently. I also watched Silent Running again. If you ever seen Silent Running, very good movie. It's made 1972. Should probably give that a look as well. But it's more one of those Thanks 1138 kind of movies, where it's really not so much Blade Runner-esque, but it's got a good plot behind it. I'm not gonna give the plot away right off the top of the head, but it's another one of those movies that was before its time. Oh man, what happened to all the really good creepy movies? Well, I'm saying, I know Paranormal Activity 3 came out, but horror movies have been so cliche lately. It's like, where's the basic, foundation of horror movies anymore? Where's the Jasons? Where's the Freddy Kruegers? Where's, the giant fucking alligator or snake? It always bothered me in that aspect. Other than that, I've been watching a lot of survival shows. I really love the survival shows. But I'm a fucking punk when it comes to surviving. I was like, man, I'd really like to get out there and try to make that fire. And then I wake up in the morning and it's like fucking 68 degrees in the house. I'm sitting there shivering. I don't want to get out from under the covers because I'm a bitch. I mean, that's retarded. It makes me wonder, like, you see these people out there surviving, like, what was the one I've been watching lately? I Shouldn't Be Alive. There's like season 3 of I Shouldn't Be Alive. I wish they put the rest of them on Netflix. Hint, hint, maybe you guys could help Netflix out with that. Because I really love I Should Not Be Alive. It shows people that have no survival skills. Somebody like me or you, we put into a scenario where they're messed up pretty bad, and it shows them get out alive, or obviously get out alive because the name's I Should Not Be Alive. And you guys should check that out. If not, you should check out Man, Woman, Wild, which is one of my favorite, things, because they actually fell on Man, Woman, Wild. They fell twice in the first season of Man, Woman, Wild. The second season is currently going on. But it's been your boy, Wings of Redemption. I'm going to leave you out with this nasty headshot I put on this kid. Boom! Get owned.